Yeah. Whoa. I speak. We change lives, Jesus. I speak.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
I speak life, I speak spirit, we change lives, Jesus did it. I speak life, I speak spirit, we change lives, Jesus did it. Step into my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it. I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi, TP family. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Can everyone hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. Right now, there are about 10 people that joined us on YouTube right now. We're also live on Facebook and also on Instagram. So if you are tuning in on either Facebook or Instagram, hello, hi, I'm Tennessee Shells. If this is your first time seeing us coming across our live session on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, hello, welcome. I hope you stay throughout this stream that we are about to have today. How's everyone doing? Put in the live chat wherever you're tuning in from, just to say hello and good evening wherever you are, or good morning or good afternoon wherever you are. It's good evening here because it's 6 p.m. UK time that we start this stream. So hello everyone, welcome to another week to receive another tips from our sessions that we have lined up today. I hope everyone is doing fantastic today, this fine Saturday evening. And if you are not doing fantastic, I hope by the end of the stream, you'll be feeling fantastic with yourself. Okay, once again, I'm Tenzin Shells. For those that don't know me, I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. I feel great. Yes, I hope everyone is doing great. But anyways, I'm Tenzin Shells, and I just wanted to start off by welcoming everyone to the stream. Thanking you for always joining us every Saturday. Thank you. God bless you. And I hope you continue to stay with us to receive what you need to receive from us. If you're tuning in from Ghana, Nigeria, UK, South Africa, Asia, UAE, just let me know in the live chat and then I will give you a shout out. Right now, we have people tuning in from Ghana and Kuwait, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe South Sudan, if I'm not mistaken. But wherever you're tuning in from, just join us by putting something in the live chat to say where you're tuning in from. But we also have people from Nigeria watching us right now. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again. And if this is your first time and you're new here for joining the TP Masterclass, I want to say a big welcome. Drop first time in the live chat if you are watching us for the very first time, like you've never seen my face before, you've never seen this live before. Just drop like first time in the live chat. Or we also have someone tuning in from Canada. We are always global every Saturday, and we also have UK in the house. While you are also a first time, this is where you can begin from. We have a TP Masterclass playlist on our YouTube channel. All you have to do is just go on YouTube and search the Cliff Cheqona on YouTube, and then just click into the playlist and you should see season 1 TP Masterclass. Once you click into it, you will see a video titled "What is Really Trading Psychology?" That episode will help you understand why we are doing this and what this community is really about. As we don't only talk about charts, we mainly focus on the things that you have to do inwards so that it can appear outwards in your trading. Okay. And another thing that we also do is from Monday to Friday, we post what we call the TP declaration. It's just a picture with few words on it. Let me just bring it up. It's called TP declaration. Once you see it, you have to don't scroll past it. Okay, you have to pause and speak it and leave it. You have to speak over your day before you go on the market to start trading for that day. Okay, every Monday to Friday we post it roughly in the morning, so make sure to look out for this so that you can also tune in and speak it over your day. It's like a affirmation declaration, so make sure that you always tune in to speak it over your day before you start trading. Another thing that I just want for you to be aware of, I would like for you to remove every distraction that is around in your environment, whatever is going on around you. If you have music playing that is distracting you, if you're in a noisy background that is distracting you, please remove yourself so that you can be in a position where you give us your full attention. Because the things that we are going to share with you today, we need you to grasp the full details and full understanding so that you can implement it in your life. So wherever you are, just breathing, grab your notebook and your journal, your pen, your paper, whatever that you use to take notes. Grab it and make sure that you are taking notes and remove every distraction in your environment. Another quick reminder is, if anyone is commenting anything that is not something that we wish for other people to read, because of how we have built this space to help with healing, clarity, and truth, if anything that you say does not align with these 3 things that I just mentioned, we will remove you from the live. It's not anything personal. We just want to protect our space that we have built here. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. So without any further talking, I will just allow the next segment to come up now. Thank you, everyone, and stay tuned for more.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
All right. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let's get all the technicals out of the way. All right. Just drop some numbers in the chat if you guys can hear me. Drop some numbers in the chat. Welcome, everybody tuning in from all around the world. I can see we have a lot of our family from Nigeria, of course. I see somebody said that they're connecting from Jamaica. Welcome. Welcome to the call, the family, the team, Uganda. Just wanted to hand it back really quickly to Shells for opening the session today. And of course, do every single week, we're going to dive straight into the segment. All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Willis Aromi, and especially in the last couple of weeks, we've been heavily focusing on the topic, or in fact, the concept of habit formation. Why? Because I've mentioned this in the past, in the last couple of weeks. It's like the lifeblood of everything that we are, and also the lifeblood of our identity as well, as a whole. In fact, put it this way, our identity is tied to our habits, and our habits are also tied to our identity. They kind of intertwine to each other. Let me clarify what that means for those of you who may be tuning in, or you might not necessarily know what I'm talking about. You see, our identity is tied to our habits. In other words, we're often known for the type of things we do or how we do a certain thing, right? Example, the last couple of weeks, if you are somebody who is very much late for a lot of things, unfortunately, the identity that might be tied to you, whether you like it or not, is that you are somebody who is constantly late, right? Immediately in front of a certain group of individuals, maybe it's family, maybe it's your organization, they've identified you to be the person that's always late. Or as an identity, it could be that maybe in your workplace, they've identified you to be somebody who is like a good steward, who is reliable. These are certain identities, or as examples of identities that we're basically referring to, right? The reason why this is important, as I mentioned to you just a few seconds ago, is that our habits are tied to our identities, and our identities are tied to our habits. You cannot separate the two. It's very hard to separate the two, right? It's either one or the other is lying. You're going to now check that if what you're saying as an identity is actually true, right? And then your habits are also going to tie back to your identity. Let's just say somebody doesn't even know you. They don't actually know you. Or maybe it could be that it's a first impression scenario. Or let's just suggest that as a first impression, you're somebody who's very diligent. Let's use the lateness example. Or let's use another example. You're driving, you're in traffic. In this particular circumstance or scenario, you are in a rush, you're in a hurry because this is an emergency. It's a situation called an emergency, right? You need to get maybe to the hospital, or you need to drive to a particular incident at this particular given time, right? But for that particular reason, you were very urgent, when normally you are a sensible person when it comes to the road. But for somebody, as that being a first impression, they may think that you're an aggressive driver. Does that make sense? But then they'll need to get to know the person or understand the circumstance of that instance to understand that maybe that circumstance was just a one-off, but this is not who the person truly is as an identity. I hope this is making sense to somebody today. All right. But just as we continue, it's very important to remember that we are building here people who are transformed. I wanted to remind every single person, we're not just building, and in fact, we're not necessarily building. You guys are building yourself. Every single week, myself, all of the speakers that are coming online to share knowledge, experiences with you guys is not so that you can just feel as though, yes, I've ticked the box, I've attended a Saturday, things that I can maybe just go ahead and implement in my trading, or maybe there's a technical thing, a technical strategy, or some type of concept I'm going to implement it in my strategy or the way I think, and hopefully I see the results. No, we're actually encouraging you to be transformed. Okay, this is basically the only way that you can receive the information that oftentimes that we're talking about, that we're sharing week in and week out. It's going to make a massive difference to each and every single person, right? It's interesting that I've actually started on the off the back of that, because what we're talking about today, in fact, is about the setting of things, right? The circumstances. So, as you guys probably already know, there's an opening statement. I love to start with an opening statement, right? Habits are formed under predictable circumstances. Predictable circumstances. Okay. So habits are formed under predictable circumstances. You have to make it obvious. You have to make it so that the environment that you're trying to create, in fact, the outcome that you're trying to achieve, is almost obvious to the person who doesn't even know you that this person is going to become successful. According to what? According to, number one, their identity, and number two, how they have designed their system, or how they're going to do things in terms of the process, the habits, right? Last week we focused specifically on, in fact, whilst we're here, let's go to the following slide, a bit more of like a recap. We spoke about the 3-part circle, how the inner circle is the inner part of you, which needs to be transformed first, which is the identity, the who. As you guys already know, it's not necessarily the who, it's not necessarily the what, it's the who. Okay, it's not necessarily the knife, but it's the who is holding the knife. The same knife that can be held by a chef in the kitchen can be used to actually serve people for a living. It's also the same knife that, under the wrong who or the wrong type of person, can now be used to unfortunately create a very dangerous situation or life-threatening situation. And the same knife as well could be utilized by a professional who is trained in military to defend themselves. Okay, the who depends, not the what. It's not the what. It's not always the what. It always starts with the who. Well, then goes the question, okay, now I know the who, what do I do? You don't necessarily go from the who to the what. You have to now go from the who to the how before you go to the what. So you have to now understand your identity. You now need to go through the process. If you don't have a process, you now need to design the process that works for you, because you've understood yourself. And then you don't even necessarily need to move to the outcome, because the outcome will automatically happen pretty much by itself over time. Okay. If there's anything that I probably haven't added in this particular process, it should have been time. There maybe should have been a separate option there called time, but maybe the process time is actually included within the process as well. Okay. So I want to speak about the term context. I think context in itself is a very powerful term. I think context in itself is like a make or break if you decide to really zero in and understand something for what it actually is, in comparison to the assumptions that many people make on certain subjects, on life, on anything, right? So let's just talk about it. Context defined can be defined as, context is the background information or the specific circumstance that surrounds an event, a statement, or an idea, in helping to explain the meaning or its significance. I think this is very powerful, because when we think about context, we think about conversations oftentimes. right? We think about conversations. Let's just say somebody is on the phone, and I tried my best to think about a very simple scenario, but let's just think of it in this particular way. Somebody's on the phone, a third party is hearing a conversation between A and B, and somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is happening," right? It sounds like just one sentence. Now, depending on what this particular scenario is, this person could be very excited or could be very in a particular place of being very angry or being very frustrated at something. But this third party doesn't know the difference. In fact, they may have not discerned the context of that conversation. They don't know who these individuals are. That's just as an example. Or in fact, they may not even understand the full the conversation, and nor do they know who we're talking about and why this conversation is being had. Right? So then now, without the right context, somebody could assume that this person is upset. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they've done this. Right? On another side, it could be, oh my gosh, I can't believe they've done this in some form of an excited mood. But you do not understand the context, so therefore you can't understand what this is referring to. Why am I even talking about this term context? How does this even relate? Willis, how does this relate to trading? How does it relate to what we even spoke about to begin with? Because when we're talking about context, we're also talking about circumstances. We're talking about environment. Because as I said to you before, the context or the environment or the circumstance of a particular thing will determine what something actually means or the all right. So let's talk about our environment. When we think about the environment that we are trying to create as professional leaders or traders, or people who just want to become successful as an all-round person that can in turn affect their trading habits, we need to look at the context. There's a reason why Shells in the beginning mentioned, hey guys, before we get into this excuse me, before we get into this particular segment for today, let's just make sure that we eliminate all distractions. Let's just make sure that we are focused. Let's just make sure that we're in a place that we can have a notepad and pen, and we're making sure that we're taking down notes so that we can actually go back and implement these things so that we don't miss any key information. There's a reason why she said that, right? The reason is because we want the same information that every single person is going to receive to not fall on stony ground or stony hearts. We want it to fall on hearts that are fertile, that are ready to receive the information and actually go and implement it. Because at the end of the day, this is the same information that every single person can hear, right? It's the same information. The difference is some people will be transformed by it, but some people won't be transformed by it. The difference is the context, the environment in which you actually receive the information. Okay, let's look at our trading day or the trading that we so love, but we think that all we needed is just a strategy to achieve our goals. Right? Okay, great, no problem. All I need to do is a break and retest. All I simply need to do is make sure I get it at the right time. I don't need context. I don't need the fundamentals. I don't need to know what the market sentiment is. I don't necessarily need to. Here's one powerful one, and this is something that I can heavily relate with. Confirmation bias. This is something that I know in the past 5 years I've battled with quite often. It's because you're trying to see the market or what you were expecting to see, and because your eyes have been trained to see just one particular thing, you're missing the entire picture. You're missing the entire picture of what the market conditions are probably telling you. Maybe it's telling you to stay out of the market today. Maybe it's telling you, well, the market, although it's hitting a certain area, it's about to break. When you look at it from a bird's eye view, you can actually see there's a lot of consolidation. So you probably shouldn't even be in the market, because the chances are you might win, but the majority of the time you might even lose. Why? Because oftentimes when the market conditions are showing this type of range, it means it's very unpredictable. There's no decisiveness to where the market is actually trying to go. Context, circumstances, environment. How does this relate to our mental or our growth or the way we think in terms of our decision making? When we don't have the right environment, we often panic. when we don't have the right circumstances, we often make decisions which are critical to our trading account, but these things could have been avoided. Okay, so this is what we mean. I used the term context just to give you an example, because when we have context in a particular conversation, we no longer just assume what something means. We no longer just assume what a phrase or a term means. We no longer even just take statements that we see online that we know and love and just assume what it means. You then go and study the statements, who the person is. The person, oftentimes we see motivational speakers and the way they say things, how they conducted their lives, but we never really do the research on the individual, right? This is what we mean by context. But for the sake of us as traders, I wanted you guys to understand this particular concept, because we're really talking about the environment that's going to permit us to get the results that we are really after. So I'm going to go back a step just to kind of give you guys with the direction that we are heading here today, because the last week, or probably the last 2 weeks, if not last week, we spoke more to do with identity, the who. Okay, but I'm trying to focus a little bit more now on the process, which is the how. How do I go about building habits? How do I go about, I think I even saw a question last week on the chat. How do I go about building discipline? I'm going to answer that question today, hopefully, for you guys, right? How do I go about building discipline? How do I build consistency in my goals and my habits? How do I stay calm? How am I patient? All of these type of things. Well, the first thing I want to say is it can take time. Okay, it can actually take time to build these things, but you need to first of all know that you have to be transformed. You have to come to a place and understand, you know what, I don't get this, or maybe I am not who I think I am. I need the help. I need to become more disciplined. And then now start to focus on, okay, my identity. My identity is I am somebody who is patient. You start to affirm yourself. You start to declare over yourself that I am patient, I am kind, hasty with my decisions. Now you've done that. Okay, great. There's no point of just repeating that if you're not really going to do anything about it. You then go to the next step, which is the how. Okay, how do I go about building discipline? How do I go about building patience? How do I go about building consistency? Okay, here's one thing. Let's talk about working out or exercising. What are the benefits of working out or even exercising? As I've mentioned to you on every single session that we come together to do, I'm not sharing anything here that I haven't actually done myself, that I don't consistently do myself. In fact, there are often times whereby if I don't do certain things, I don't trade. There's no point. I could be, I could have this is so interesting. There's been certain times where there are some perfect setups, like the setup, what we would like to call, or what I like to call my, I don't necessarily call it that way, by the way, but let's just say an A plus setup, a setup that is like perfect. All the conditions are correct, they're perfect. And if I just press the buy button or the sell button according to what I'm supposed to have analyzed, it's going to hit my profit target in no time. But simply because I've approached the session 5 minutes before my session, I haven't worked out. I don't even bother. In fact, when I do place a trade, I place it on a demo just to kind of give myself a bit of an ego trip to say, okay, well, if I was actually on a live market, if I actually traded this for real, I would have made some profit. But I don't do it. Why? Because I've disciplined myself so much so that, Willis, you've done it. You've done it to yourself again. You haven't spent enough time. You haven't built a calm environment. Maybe there's family around. Maybe it's just too busy. Maybe you feel very panicked and anxious because you've just been in a rush all day. So these are grounds for me to just don't do trading. Just don't trade for that particular session. Don't trade for that day. Is it going to be a miss? Maybe those are the sessions where you would have made profits or made back your profits for the losses that you've had during the week. I don't know what the scenario is for every single person, but I can definitely tell you that for me, if the circumstances aren't aligned, there's just no point. Do you know how many times I've missed NFP? I've missed so many NFPs. I've missed so many CPIs on days whereby if I had taken the time to really analyze where the market could go as a probability, I would have been correct. There's so many times that I've missed it because I've just said, I'm not ready. I'm just my state of thinking. This is how I feel. I'm just not going to bother doing it. That's the level that I've gotten to when it comes to trading. I'm no longer phased by it. Have I missed out on some great opportunities? 100%. Do I regret it sometimes? I agree. I'm a human being. I do regret it sometimes. But I've gotten to that place where those things no longer control me. I'm not a product of these particular news events that's going to get my trading account to a certain level. But we're talking specifically here about certain things that you can do. Okay, let's focus on this particular slide. So, what are the benefits of hitting the gym before trading or trading session? It sharpens your focus. It boosts your mental clarity and your concentration. What are some other things? It reduces your stress. It eases trading pressures. What are some ways that you can get stressed? You can get stressed via things such as confirmation bias. You can get stressed via analysis. So you've done so much. You've got so many different entry models. Or if it does this and this, I'm going to watch out for this. But then if it doesn't do this, I'm going to do this particular technique. Or you know what? I'm too clogged up with so much information. If it has an impulse to the upside, I want to take it. If it goes down, it's just, there's too much going on, right? But when you go to the gym, it eases your stress. So when you get back into your trading, your muscles are a bit fatigued, but you're also in a place of comfortability and rest as well, recovery. Okay, what else? It also improves your discipline as you're going to the gym on a consistent basis every single time, right? The first and most important thing is that you're showing up. That's the discipline. Hey, you might even just go for a run the whole time on the treadmill, but the most important thing is that you're showing up every single day. So you're building up your consistency and your resilience. If after a certain time, I hope this is not some people, but let's just say after a certain time, you gave yourself about a year to see a six-pack, or maybe to feel fit, or to feel energized, or to just have a better and a healthier lifestyle, right? And after 2 to 3 weeks, you get upset because you couldn't attend the gym. Okay, great. It was just 1 day. Maybe it's 2 days. Maybe you're just busy on that day. Do you now stop attending the gym because of those 2 days? No. You have to go back. You have to restructure your week so that you make sure that the next week, with my time, even if I can no longer go for the 7 days, I go for 3 days. But I'm making sure that I'm focusing on certain things, certain muscle groups, to make sure I see the growth that I'm trying to achieve. Resilience, building consistency. Whenever you take losses in the market, you're no longer phased by it. You make sure that, okay, great. You know what? I've actually taken 5 losses. I'm still going to come back. I'm going to come back. Yes, I'm going to observe where I went wrong, why I keep taking these losses, but I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm not discouraged. Trading definitely works. I've seen it work. I've seen results myself. Maybe I haven't seen results. Somebody else has seen results. That should be the only thing to encourage me to come back to the market, right? What about building better moods and also feeling confident? This absolutely supports positive thinking and also positive decision making, right? What we are trained to do as traders is to be effective decision makers, not predictors of the market necessarily, but we actually trained, or we should be training ourselves to make quality decisions. If you're in a drawdown, what should you do? You should either, according to your rules, if your rules and your standards were, well, I'm going to let it run through my stop loss, and until it does that, I literally sit on my hands and do nothing, right? Then that's your rules. Now, what are some of the opposites? I'm not going to name every single one of them, but let's just say, what are some of the opposites of some of the things that I've mentioned so far? Let's just say you're waking up, you're coming out of bed, and the first thing you do is check your phone, right? The first thing you do in the morning, check your phone. Already, you've trained your mind and your habits to just pick up your phone as the first point of response, which is really bad. And then the next thing is that, oh, I've seen gold, right? I've seen gold do something. There's even certain scenarios where maybe the move that you've been waiting for all week happened whilst you were asleep, right? And let's just say you're the person that doesn't like, I'm a person, I don't like limit orders and pending orders. I can't stand it. Maybe that's just my character, but I don't like pending orders. I like to see the entry for what it is and be available to execute the particular trade. right? I don't like to just put a pending order and then it hits or it misses by just 1 pip or 2 pips, right? I like to be present when the opportunity arises, and then I decide what I'm going to do from what I'm going to do as well. That's just me. But let's just say the trade was supposed to trigger and you have to wake up out of your sleep to press it to put the trade on. For a lot of people, that can really ruin their day. It can make or break their day, especially if this is happening very early during the day. You get out of bed, you're in bed, and you're just in the wrong circumstances, the wrong environments, and this is normal for you. Then after you go through a streak of losses, no wonder you go through a streak of losses. Does that make sense? Because you haven't set yourself in a particular space to think properly. All right. So in terms of hitting the gym or exercising, it creates better moods, it gives you confidence, and that can in turn affect your decision making as well. And what else? It enhances your energy levels. It prevents you from having brain fog and also having frustration during long trading sessions. All right. So these are just some of the things that are effective or that can actually affect your trading, your habits and your decisions. But it won't necessarily be a session if I don't actually tell you to go off and do something about everything that I've mentioned, right? So on that note, here's your task for the week, your call to action, right? For the next 7 days, commit to scheduling a run or a gym session, depending on what you even have access to. Some people have a home workout gym, some people don't. Some people have zero equipment. Please take this as zero excuses. Don't take this as an excuse. Take this as an opportunity to figure out even what workout works best for you and commit to it before you place a trade. Well, you might tell me, well, Willis, I'm not at that particular place where I put on my own trades. I take signals. No problem. That's fine. It may mean you cannot take signals before a certain time. I might be busy. I might be going to work. Well, okay, tough. Unfortunately, you cannot take signals before a certain time. If that means signals came in the morning and there were no opportunities for the rest of the day, then so be it. Let it be the case. But you must commit to 7 days of workouts every single day if you intend to take trades for that particular day. Okay? Refrain from taking any trades or involving yourself in any trading activity until this has been completed. Now, look, it doesn't have to be a 1-hour job. It doesn't have to be a 1-hour session. It doesn't have to be a 1-hour workout session. But just commit to just 7 days of exercise based on the benefits that I showed you in the previous slide. Exercising, running, it can even just be walking for a period of 30 minutes. If you know your day is going to be busy, assign yourself to do it a lot earlier or wake up earlier. Adjust yourself to make sure that you accomplish this. Why am I telling you to do this? Well, it's actually going to build your discipline. Because the fact that you can't trade and you're refraining yourself from trading also shows that we're exercising discipline. We're working on our discipline. How do I build discipline? This is a way of building discipline. I've gotten to the point where now there's some major events, some obvious trades that I can take that sometimes I've been in a position to say, look, it's not worth it. Or maybe I've taken a few losses during the month, or maybe I've just not been in the position to capitalize on a particular trade. So I've refrained, I've restricted myself from getting involved in the market. I've gotten to that point now whereby I can reduce stress, anxieties, or the fear of missing out from particular market scenarios as well. All right. So it's building your discipline, it's building good habits. And this is just one of many different things that you can do. Look, we're just focused specifically on the exercise element of things based on the benefits that I mentioned in the previous slide. Do this for the next 7 days, and hopefully we can come back and maybe we can discuss it amongst us. Guys, I love you all. This has been my part of the segment where we specifically talk about the habit formation. Remember the process that we mentioned for the last couple of weeks. Number one, your identity. Your identity. Sorry about that, guys. You can see the thumbs up. But your identity matters. It's important to make sure that once you begin to transform your mind, you begin to understand a new identity, or maybe you can have an improved identity. Once you have an identity, or you've realized that, well, actually your identity is just not neutral, I can actually create my own identity, create my own reality. You then move on to the process. Okay, what is the system I need to build for myself to get consistent? Look, it doesn't even need to be too many things. You can even have just 2 things during the day. I need to work out, I need to journal, and that could be it. And I promise you, you're going to see a great change over the next couple of weeks, months, or depending on how long you want to commit to it before you see a change. But that's been my part of the segment today. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next week for another session of the habit formation. On to the next speaker. God bless. Bye-bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi, this is Justin Kwete, a security guard working and living in Dubai, UAE. I'm making this video to appreciate and thank TP Masterclass for everything they have done so far in my life. I joined the TP Masterclass for the past 4 months now, and I will say I've gotten a lot of value from their Saturday classes they always hold, and especially to Cliff Cheqona for his advice, his his mentoring. He'll always check on me and try to find out, Justin, hey, how are you doing? How are things going? And for the just ending 21 days, he asks I should stay away from trading. That has really taught me that there is more to trading than just clicking the buy and sell button. And I would like to thank him. He knows already, if I meet him any day, every time, I will keep on thanking him. And thank everyone for this opportunity to be part of TP Masterclass. And I hope and wish for my mind to keep be rewiring as I keep listening and attending these sections every Saturday. Thank you guys. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you for everything you've been doing for me. We'll keep on talking. Thank you.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hello, wonderful people. Have a great Saturday once again, and I'm thankful that I am here to represent and then impact every single one of you who is in here today. I'm really happy that you are here. If you are here and you have someone close to you, just tap the person and they say you are blessed. Yes, indeed, you are blessed. My name is Emmanuel Napuado. I'm popularly known in the trading space as Schema Trades for social media networks, Schema Trades, and back to back, it's been so good. At over 30 episodes, like we're here today once again. This is season 2, and we are basically doing what we are doing, or we have been sent to do. We are vessels, and we are just basically doing the work of the Lord. And I am glad to be a part of this. If you are glad to be a part of this, actually watching this means you're a part of this. If you're glad to be a part of this, you should be really proud and then say, I was a part when this started and it is still going on. And if you have joined in from the middle, it doesn't stop you from being proud of being a part of the TP family anyway. Thanks so much to Willis. That was really insightful. It's always good to hear you speak, Willis. I really appreciate every single thing that you do for the community. And also the testimonial that came in, guys. Let's settle down for it. Trust me, that was great. I posted something this morning, and I was talking about impact and success not necessarily being money or physical things, but the integrity and the character of the people that you find yourself around is what, to me, perpetuates or shows that you are an individual who is walking in the line of success. If you are such an individual, you are surrounded by individuals who you think that these ones have a great character and their integrity is well renowned, then definitely you are walking in the line of success. Today I'm here once again, and I am here to present you with a topic: how to lose. How to lose. I was having a conversation this week with Clef, and he was like, bro, a lot of people don't know how to lose in the market. And trust me, it's one of the things that actually causes a lot of stir. It's actually one of the things that beats a lot of people down. And because people do not know how to lose, they end up putting themselves in a quagmire. They put themselves in the squalors of trading and don't know how to bring themselves out. And so today I'm here to teach you on how exactly to lose in the market. I see a lot of people who are already happy in here. Blessing, I see you. Praise, I see you. Traders mindset, how I see you. And yes, it's really good. But as we go on, trust me, you're going to learn a lot. So let's go on. And right here, the trader's dilemma, right? Every single trader that I know, every one of you guys love, to dream of winning. You want to win big. Trust me, you want to win really, really big. And why exactly do some people, want to win big? Everybody has their own reasons or probably factors that they draw for when we are talking about the reason why they want to win big. But guess what? Most of these individuals, it is as a result of the fact that they have seen other people do certain things that they have an interest in finding themselves in that particular position. And so they tend to covet, they tend to start wanting, those things. And for some individuals, it's not just that factors. For some individuals, it's something different. They probably have a plan. They probably are looking forward to, get somewhere. And so for such individuals, what basically happens is, if I want to get somewhere, then there needs to be certain plans. There needs to be certain requisite understandings of certain informations and principles that I need to be able to have in order to put myself in that position and gradually push forth from there. I was telling an individual within the week that it's like a ladder that you are climbing one step after the other. When you reach a particular area, there's a high tendency that because of something you just come down a little. But it doesn't mean that you have dropped from the ladder, right? You come down and then you continue. It's when you have settled what exactly it is that you wanted to do at the particular step of the thing. Now, what happens is there are some traders who come all the way down and they just want to take their leg off that particular place that they are on the ladder and put it where they were before. You understand? So you are climbing a ladder. You are at a particular level of that ladder. And you have to come back down because of certain circumstances, right? Now you want to go back up again. But guess what? They just want to pick up their leg and go put it at the top of the ladder. And that is what a lot of traders are doing in the market. Yeah, they start growing small, they start growing gradual, they start making impact in the market, and they're making some profits in the market. All of a sudden, something happens. Yeah, they allow their psychology to, take the wheel. They allow their emotions to take the wheel. And when that happens, it sort of draws them back a little. All right? And all of a sudden, every single other fund that you deposit, you want to try as much as possible to find yourself where you were before the replacement came in, where you were before that drawdown came in. And a lot of traders, it sort of becomes a revenge for you. You start attacking the market. You start, trying as much as possible, tackling the market for the market to give you back what it has taken from you. And you realize that at that point in time, you have missed out on every single thing that you built. Everything that you built to get to that particular level, you have given it away. And that is not what an individual really wants to be. The coder says, I always dream of winning huge profits. I never dream of losing. Of course, I don't think there are so many people out there who dream of losing. But guess what? The fact that we don't dream of losing does not mean it's not a part of the process. It is still a part of the process, and therefore we must be able to learn how to do it and then how to tackle them. The fact that we don't dream of them means that we don't pay attention to them. And then the fact that we don't pay attention to them means that we don't learn the requisite understandings of how to maneuver our way through them when they come. And that is why they get us. And that is why they drag us all the way back to the ground whenever they happen. All right. Yeah. And so let's move on. Most of traders don't think about the cost of losing in the market. Like they just go in there, and then the first thing that they are thinking about is, like, how can I make money? I've said this here before. A lot of the traders who come to me and they say, Kema, please mentor me. In recent time, within the past about 2 years, I've had about 90% of them ask this question. And the question is this: how fast can I be able to turn this money that I have around into that? What is the equation of a profitable journey within the next 1 month? These are some of the questions that come in. It all, encompasses one particular thing. They are fixated their minds on the wins that are coming in the market, and not necessarily how to make that consistent, like growth in the market. Who they need to become in order for them to be able to make those consistent profit. They are not necessarily fixating their minds on that person. They are fixating their minds on how much can come in. And because of that, a lot of people have missed the mark, and then they keep coming back down whenever they climb up a little bit. It was here that I told a story about a trader who actually funded his account with just $80. I'm saying just $80 because for a lot of us traders who are in here, it's easier to fund about $80 to $100 in the market. In fact, some brokers only accept between $50 to $100 in the market. All right. And so based on that, this guy funded the $80, and guess what? Took that $80 all the way to $10,100 and then blew that $10,100 in 1 day. And the question that we were asking is, what exactly happened? Is it that he doesn't know how to trade? Is there something that he did not apply, like NNO, right? I feel like when he got to that $10,100, he probably did not have that requisite understanding of how to be able to maneuver his way through the losses, the huge losses that are going to come in, because the numbers definitely change. When you were at $80 and $100, you were seeing $2 losses and $3 losses. But now that you are in $10,100, you started seeing some losses about 500, 1,000, right? Losses coming in, and he did not really know how to maneuver his way through that. All right. So what does losing small actually mean on the market? The goal of you as a trader should be able to lose. Yes, losing is part of the game, but losing small. And when I say losing small, what exactly does it mean? One, it means risking an acceptable percentage of your capital at all times. It means that you as a trader need to come into the market with a firm mindset of knowing what exactly you have as a capital and what exactly you are going to be risking on that particular capital. Trust me, every single one of you who is in here, if you come into the forex trading space and you blow your trading account, you are the one to blame, nobody else. I'm telling you this. You are the one to blame. It's either you did not get a requisite understanding of how to keep your capital, or you do not have, the wherewithal to be able to maneuver the market, and yet you still wanted to do so. And so you find yourself whether over leveraging, whether, like making some few mistakes on there that actually draw your account back down. But if you are going through a good process and you have a good trading strategy, trust me, it becomes easier for you. Using logical stop losses, like not hope and pray in the market. You have to come to the point where you understand that the stop loss needs to be where the stop loss needs to be, not where you want the stop loss to be. And so if that is the case, then it means that you need to understand where exactly your safest point for a stop loss is going to be. And you would have already, based on your risk acceptance, have allocated a risk, amount to that particular stop loss. So it doesn't matter whether the stop loss is 80 pips or 100 pips or 150 pips. You have a certain amount or percentage of a risk that you are risking on your capital per trade. And whether the stop loss is wide or very small, you can be able to calculate and lose exactly that amount. I'll bring you into that area right now. So cutting losers fast before they mutate into disasters is also one of the main things that you as a trader should be able to master. Before I go on to the next slide, let me look in here. I think I have a few comments from individuals here. Kama Praise has been my inspiration in the forex trading space. Thank you so much, Praise. I think learning how to lose more in trading would also add up to my trading psychology and really position me rightly against the fear of losing. That is actually true. And I'll explain that, like in the subsequent slides that I have. So now let's move on to the next. Why losing is hard? Why is it that losing is hard? Why is it that it's very difficult to accept losses in the market? It is because when logic says close now, as a trader, nobody wants to lose money in the market. Not even a single dollar. I don't know about you, but I don't want to even lose a single dollar. But guess what? Hey, it is a part of the journey, and I've come to accept that losing is part of it in order for us to be able to move forward. Risking a part that we can be able to lose is a part of it in order to gain what we would be looking forward to have in the market. So when logic says close now, what it basically means is that you have basically, like assess that particular trade, know how much you are putting on a trade, and then you are looking forward to what? Risking that particular amount of money for what you are looking to gain. And so if price is coming all the way down into that area and it gets there, it should be able to what? Close. Now that closure should be a win for you. Why? Because what you just did is you cut short losses. So the loss could have been detrimental. It could have been huge. But what you just did was you just cut short your losses. And that should be a win for you as a trader. It should actually be a win. But here lies the case. Other things are fighting you when logic says close now. All right. What are these other things? These are just a few that are listed. Ego is saying that it will turn around. It will turn around. Greed is saying that just move the stop loss a little bit lower. Give it a little bit room. I am sure that this thing wants to just wick this area and then shoot towards your direction. And so what do? You listen to the greed and then you open it just a little bit. And when it's coming again, it says, nah, maybe check the chart very well. Do you see this area? Maybe it just wants to come into this support region. Why not move that stop loss and bring it all the way beneath this support region? So you realize that first you set a 50 pip stop loss. Market is coming into that 50 pips area. You moved from 50 to 70. Now it says put it beneath the support region. Now you realize that your stop loss is 120. And guess what? Market is still coming towards the downside. Now, your mind has totally shifted from the fact that you are trying to win in a trade, whereby that push towards your stop loss could actually have been a trade that you are in towards that particular direction where you'll be making profit. Now, it is trying as much as possible to keep you from losing. But whilst it is trying as much as possible to keep you from losing, guess what? It is actually putting you in deeper losses. The coder says, Kema, you are talking about me. If it is you, then please start working on it. Start working on it. And basically, we are moving on and then, helping each other on here. Fear says, if I close now, I will be wrong again. A lot of people fear losing again and again and again. But at the end of the day, the more you lose, the more you learn. The more you lose, the more you know how not to do something in a certain way. The more you fail at doing something, you have just learned how not to do it in one way. Basically, that is it. So why is losing hard? It is because when logic says close now, we have emotional control and then we have psychological, constraints. Sort of trying as much as possible to thwart that particular logical decision that you are making. So I think some time back I was teaching on this particular topic that has to do with time management. And guess what? When I was talking about time management, I drew the minds of the people towards this particular thing. Now in the world, have you realized that time management has moved from a logical decision to emotional decision? You might have not just realized yet, but my brother Smart, actually drew my attention to it. And then he said something really interesting. He said, take notice of this clearly. Previously, if you have to read a book, you know that, okay, I pick up the book and then I start flipping and then, I'm reading through that book. Okay, the book is getting interesting and then I'm reading and I'm reading. I know that I have to go and do something. Okay, I put the book down, I go, I do it, I come. Basically, that's logical, right? 9 a.m. I have this. It means the moment the clock strikes 9 a.m., I move, I go do it. I'm done. Now it has moved to an emotional decision. You have your phone. You have what we call total control over everything that you do. All right. Choice is one of the things that God gave us, greatest things that God gave us. But it's one of the deadliest things that also we have as individuals. To be able to do what exactly you want at what time you want is really dangerous. Now watch this. You are chatting online. The information and then stuff that they are bringing in is very interesting. Everybody's enjoying the conversation. Then the clock just strikes. You check and it says it is time for you to pick up that book. Now you have to shift from those days logical decision to detaching yourself emotionally from that conversation that you are having. And that is where the breakdown comes in. And someone says, you know what? Let me just 5 minutes more. By the time you realize 5 minutes is gone, 10 minutes is gone, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you just basically say, time is just past. I could do that tomorrow. And then that is it. That day you did not do it. And then it repeats itself, and then it repeats itself. Basically, that's how a lot of traders find themselves saying, oh, today, you know what, let me just drag the stop loss. Tomorrow, they find themselves doing it the same way. Tomorrow, they do it again. Tomorrow, they do it again. And then it becomes what? Gradually, what you are doing is you are programming your mind and it becomes a habit. I hope you get it. And then it becomes a habit. So now let's move on. So now I'm bringing you into what I call the math of losing. And I've segmented it into 5 different areas. 1, risk per trade. You as an individual coming into the market, you first of all need to assess the account size that you are bringing in. It means everybody in here is going to have a different account size. And it's very, very important. The approach is the same, but the account size would make the result different. Now watch this. You are looking at the capital that you are bringing in, the risk per trade. Per trade, what risk are you putting on? It means that you need to know what kind of pair you are trading. Because if I'm trading gold, I can't go on gold and then be looking out for 20 pip stop losses and 30 pip stop losses. It is easy for the market to just pick me out and still go my direction. I might probably be looking at 50, 60. That's great, right? Now, if someone is trading GBP USD, 60 pips, unless you're doing major swings and then trading on the high time frame, 60 pips could be really, really wide on a lower time frame, like 15, 30, or even 1 hour time frame. Probably 25, 30 pips could do really, really good on GBP. That's why it is important for you to know what asset you are trading, as much as you know how much capital you have in the market and what risk you are going to be putting on it. Now, I've segmented this into different areas. 1, risk per trade. Say you have an account of $5,000. Your risk that you have decided to put on per trade is 0.5 per trade, right? Which means that each trade on a $5,000 account, 0.5% is $25. It means you are telling yourself that every single trade that I place, if I lose that trade, I'm only losing $25. So now you see why I say if you blow your account, you are the reason. It is because your appetite is what determines what risk you put on an account. And if it is too huge, it means you have over leveraged that account, and that over leverage can now put you on the road of getting to blow your account. When we say blow your account, what it basically, in my country, Ghana, how we say it, in Twi, we say Sikano Ashe. It means the money is gone, it's burnt, right? Sikano Ashe, right? So if you're from a different country, you just learned something. It's called Twi. Sikano Ashe, it means the money is burnt, all right? So now, $25. If your stop loss hits, you lose $25. That is it. Now you need to tell yourself, okay, I want to place this same kind of trade twice. It means that in a day, I'm probably looking to risk 1%. 1% means $50. Okay, now you decide, do I split this $50 into 2 to have $25 a piece? So if I pick 2 trades in a day, that means $50 is gone. Relatively, that's really great, right? Or I'm putting it all together and risking it at a go. So it means if I'm picking a trade, I'm looking to lose $50. Now, the stop loss that you set would depend on the setup that you have. And the setup that you have based on the stop loss that you are looking at will now determine what lot size you use, which will make you lose the $50. Let me go deeper. And so if you are using, like let's say you are picking a trade on the market, you are setting a stop loss, and that stop loss is giving you, let's say, 50 pips, right? 50 pips, it means when you use 0.1, which is one mini lot size, equivalent per every pip, you get what? $1, or $1 is taken away from you. So in 50 pips, you get what? $50 taken away from you. Basically, that is it. In 50 pips gain, it means you get $50 in your trading account. Based on this, what it basically means is you are risking $50, 50 pips. But guess what? If that trade has a comfortable room for 70 pips, it means your 0.1 lot size is not going to be 0.1 lot size again. It's going to reduce because now your stop loss has increased from 50 pips to 70 pips. So now the calculation just changed. And that is why we have risk calculators out there to tell you. So in the risk calculator, you basically put in how much of a percentage I want to risk on this particular account. And then it asks you, what is your stop loss that you want to use on this? When you tell that risk calculator your stop loss, now it tells you how much lot size you should use. I'll be getting. Great. Number 2, survival. How many losses, after you have chosen your risk that you want per trade, how many losses do you think you can get before your entire capital or before the segmented amount of money that you want to lose on the capital within a particular period of time is exhausted? And so, for instance, those who trade prop firm accounts, if you have $5,000 prop firm account, you have a drawdown of, let's say, $250, I'm sure, right? That $250, yes, I think 5%. That $250 as a drawdown, I think is a daily drawdown. So as a daily drawdown, $250, what they are trying to say is don't lose $250. It means if you lose $249, you are safe. But guess what? If you lose $249 2 days, you are almost done because you need a total drawdown of what? 10%. Which means that they have given you a daily drawdown of $250, but you have to set your own drawdown and tell yourself that my daily drawdown is $50. Even though the prop firm has given me $250, my daily drawdown is $50. So the moment I hit my daily drawdown, I'm out of the market. That way, you give yourself more chances to try again on the market than putting in all your eggs in one basket and then realizing that the basket is hollow, raising it, and then it's all cracking. All right. So how many losses can you take before disaster? The disaster means what is the threshold that you have? That's your disaster. So for a prop firm individual with a $5,000 account, $250 is your disaster. So how many trades do you think you can lose in a day before that? Are you willing to lose all of that? No. Okay, I'm willing to lose $50 in a day. Okay, great. Would you segment it into two, $25 a piece? Great. Then you basically do that and follow that particular path. I'll be getting. So we have risk percentage to check your risk per trade. Your trade survived before your 10% drawdown is hit. You do all that calculation. So now I just did this over here. So for an individual who is looking to risk 0.5% on their $5,000 account, what it basically means is every single trade, $25. It means you need to lose 20 trades in a row to hit your 10% drawdown, which is your $500 drawdown, total drawdown. You get it? If you are looking at 1%, it means that $50 per trade. It means if you lose 10 trades in a row, you have what? Hit your $500. 2%, $100 per trade. It means if you hit 5 trades per, like row as losses, you have hit. And then 5%, it means 250. The moment you hit 250, you have hit your first, like daily drawdown. It means you are even out of the market before. So even that last part, that is if you are using a profit, the last part doesn't even count for you at all. Because the moment you hit that, you have hit your daily drawdown is done. I hope you understand what I mean. So basically what we are trying to say is small risk is equal to more chances for your edge to play out. If you have a strategy and you are trying to play out your edge, small risk simply means more room for you to be able to play out your edge or see your edge actually, like go through on the market or unravel greatly. All right. So now let's move on. Some short period of time to finish. So now we have risk to reward. If you aim for 1:2 risk to reward, which is risk per trade is $25 to make $50, right? Your win rate needed to break even is 33%. So one out of three things. So it means that with 40 to 50% win rate, your account can grow steadily. You realize that you don't have 80% win rate, you have 40%. But because it is a 1:2 risk to reward, and then you have a room to actually watch your edge unravel, you can actually have a good win rate. And then steady account growth. So example, 10 trades at 0.5% risk, it means 5 wins, $50 is equal to $250. 5 losses, $25 is equal to $125. So if that happens, your net is still going to be $125 profit. And that is where some of us must be able to get to. The big secret is that losing small is equal to insurance premium to protect your account. All right, losing small is equal to an insurance premium to protect your account. You don't need to win every single time. You just need to survive long enough for your edge to play out on the market. So the math says small risk is equal to more trades is equal to more survival, and then higher probability of hitting your target. Big risk is equal to faster account death, even if your strategy is good. You cannot stand this. Simple as that. All right, practical ways to lose small. Take a fixed risk to reward rule. Decide the risk before you open a trade. The stop loss is equal to freedom. Please use it. Don't fight the stop loss. Use the stop loss. Make it reasonable. Tie it to an amount that you are looking to do, and then what? And then gradually adjust it to fit that particular amount for drawdown for yourself per trade or per day. All right. Daily loss limit. Please have some. For pro firms, they have. You too have. If you have a live account, have a daily drawdown limit. When you hit it, stop trading, and then look for it for the next day to come in. Have a weekly drawdown. When you hit it, you're out of the market for the week until the next week before you come in. Think in series. Judge yourself after 20 trades, please, not in 2 trades. And so we are putting you in a scenario where you are able to exercise your edge on the market, not necessarily just 2 trades, you are out of the market. You can't, then you judge yourself and say, I'm not a good trader, I'm a bad trader. Bro, you put yourself in a position where you only have to pick 2 trades to lose that account. Put yourself in a position where you can be able to exercise more of your edge to see in the long run if that particular edge plays out or not. And then you realize that in the long run, even if you are 40%, sure on the market, you will definitely keep going. Take away losses is equal to insurance premiums for staying in the game. Learn to celebrate a good loss as much as a win. Make your losses paper cut, not gunwoods. Of course, paper cut, between paper cut and gunwood, I would definitely choose paper cuts in the market than have a gunwood that would actually blow me out of proportion or blow me out of the market forever. My name is Emmanuel Napo-Addo, Kema Trades for short. All right. And let's see, right before I move out, if there's anything, what is the best way to determine the amount of loss? Sometimes some setups are better than others. Should loss be fixed amount, or can it be adjusted? Will adjusting it be better for our psychology? Yes. So basically, that is what I explained. You can have a fixed stop loss, like amount, risk percentage on your capital. And based on that risk percentage, you adjust your stop loss. Now, my strategy, for instance, allows me to be able to know where my stop loss is supposed to be. So when I'm taking a trade and I adjust my stop loss, sometimes I can have 60 pips stop loss. Sometimes I can have 80 pips, 70 pips. And based on that adjustment, I have a risk percentage amount that I'm supposed to lose per trade. So then it fluctuates. It adjusts, itself. The lot size adjusts itself based on the lot size that I have just been able to find on that particular trade in the market. And it works perfectly for me. Thank you so much. I would see you in the next week.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game.
Can you guys hear me now? If you guys can hear me loud and clear, kindly just drop some number ones in the chat for me, please. Okay. Before we start today's segment, kindly just please make sure today I'm going to teach a very powerful topic. It's not powerful in its context only, but powerful also in the timing that you are hearing this particular masterclass you are about to hear today. And so I really want you to be on the same page with me. Each and every single person should be on the same page. Try as much as possible to make sure that you are not distracted, number one. Number two, also, if you have not invited somebody, kindly just invite them and tell them that we are live. Just tell them that we are live wherever that you are tuning in from, whether from Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Just let people know that we are live and you want to invite them. Before we go into today's masterclass, there is something that I want you to do carefully, very well. I want you to be very, very, very cautious about every single thing that we're going to be doing today, starting from what we're about to do now. Listen, watch me carefully now. Watch this. I want you to be able to make up your mind and be ready. Be ready. Make sure that your background doesn't have any noise, because number one, I want you to hear every sound, including my voice right now. Hear every sound, whether an instrumental plus my voice. If you are hearing both of them clearly, drop some number ones in the chat. I want you to pay attention right now deeply. Pay attention now deeply. Pay attention now deeply. Pay attention now. Pay attention now. Pay attention now. I want you to organize yourself deeply. Organize yourself right now. Over here on TP Masterclass, it's more than just a masterclass, it's a transformation segment. So I want you to pay attention deeply. Deeply. Pay attention. Now watch this. Wherever that you are, I want you to make sure all the distractions, anything that can make you not feel like you are going forward in life, I want you to mute all of those noise. And watch this. You can declare after me or hear me speak to you. Wherever that you are, I want you to believe this, that I am going forward. I am going forward. It doesn't matter what has happened yesterday. It didn't matter what happened last week. It doesn't matter what happened today before this masterclass even. And I can assure you, you will not leave this masterclass the same way again. So I want you to declare to yourself wherever you are and say, I'm going forward. I am going forward. I am going forward. I am becoming. I am becoming. I am becoming. I am going forward. I want you to declare to yourself that I'm going forward. I am going forward. Forward where? Forward ever, backwards never. That I am going forward. I am becoming. I want you to declare. Let your mindset understand the vocals that is coming out of your mind and your mouth. I am going forward. I am the head and not the tail. Above and not beneath. When others are saying there is a casting down, forever I shall say there is a lifting up. I am going forward. I am not only just a trader. My name is Cheqona. And all around me, everything that I do, it goes forward, backwards never. I am going forward. I am going forward. Don't let anything distract you on this masterclass, because you must receive. You already know the drill. I am ready to teach. You are ready to learn. I am going forward. I am going forward. I am going forward. I want you to keep on declaring this until your mind, your body, and your understanding portals start to position itself to listen to me. I am going forward. I am going forward. Now we're going to be doing something before we start this masterclass. I want you to declare to yourself 15 times, I am great. Wherever you are, just repeat this, I am great. 15 times, I am great. I am great. We are on the third one, fourth one, I am great. Fifth one, I am great. And while you are doing it, I want you to be smiling. I am great. I am great. Don't say it while you are frowning. I am great. Smile. Widen the corners of your lips and just declare wherever you are that you are great. I am 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 great. I want you to declare to yourself, I am great. If you can stand up, just stand up and declare that I am great. I am great. I am going forward. I am great. I am great. I want you to declare the last 3 times. 1, I am great. 2, I am great. And the last one, I want you to scream it if it's permitted wherever you are and say, I am great. Let's bring the instrumental down. Watch this, guys. Sometimes in this life, you have to be angry in your spirit. Watch this. I want you to position yourself wherever that you are right now. I want you to listen to me clearly now. I want you to listen to me clearly now. I want you to listen to me, okay? Wherever that you are right now, I want you to listen to me clearly now. I want you to really pay attention today. I want to teach a topic. I genuinely really believe that every single trader is meant to hear this. Position yourself. Position yourself wherever that you are. Before we go on, I just want to say thank you to each and every single person that invited somebody to this masterclass. Number 1, I want to thank each and every single person that has been here from the beginning. Number 3, I want to thank each and every single person that made their time the first time here on this masterclass. I appreciate you. I honor you. I celebrate you. God bless you. If you make sure that you have your notepad, your book, and every single thing with you before we go on. You see, this week and last week, what you're about to learn is a continuation of everything that we are doing now. You see, for many years, retail traders have struggled. For many years, there have been many contradictions. If you're looking for one of the most disunited industry in the world, one of them, not the only one of them is retail trading space. Not even the financial market, the retail trading space. And so what happens is that you will normally struggle to find a system and a body of knowledge that can be able to transform the average trader without going through trials and tribulations. Meaning that losses back to back, wins, you lose it, wins, you lose it. And so many people right now, they know trading works. There is no single person listening to me who is under the sound of my voice right now that doesn't believe trading doesn't work. You know it works. Even though some people can sometimes pretend and lie and do whatever one not, the situation is that trading works. Financial market cannot be a scam. However, the reality is the actual truth needed for you to get the results you are looking for. They are not opinions. They are not sentiments. They are the realities of the business. And part of the reality of the business is for you to understand that you, the individual, you didn't join a playground. The nature of the trading business is so serious that the minute you take your eye off the course, it will cost you peace of mind, cost you money, cost you a lot of things. And so you need to be able to understand that in the situation of where you are right now, every single thing depends on the decision you are going to be loyal to. In other words, being disciplined to the place and the environment you are in as a trader. Watch this. Life will always happen, even in trading. When I was coming to this masterclass, before I was going to introduce my topic, I was thinking about something and I said, you see, anytime that you speak to the average trader, when you introduce something to them that makes the journey of becoming profitable looks longer, they start to repel against the conversation. So you will find the average retail trader that you will tell them that it takes time to grow as a trader, and they will repel against that conversation, because if they believe you and if they accept it, then it means they cannot get the money they want next week. That means if they believe you and they accept it, they cannot desire the money they want next week, because next week they really need the money. 2 weeks later, they really need money. And so the average retail trader has developed a kind of a mindset that is protecting them from the way things are supposed to be seen in reality. But the truth is, whether you believe the things or you don't, it doesn't change the reality. The reality of what? That number one, it takes time to grow as a trader. Number two, you are going to have to accept and learn the realities and learn the right information that will transform you. Number three, that trading is a business. That means there are wins and there are losses. It affecting you is a way of you not understanding how the business works. So when you introduce a topic to a retail trader, that is not about POI. That is not about a strategic way of catching 100 pips. They are like, no, that is not for me. And then they can go round and round 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then later down the line, they come back and say, you know what? I need to really learn the whole counsel of the information. Then they will say things like, or we will say things like, it took me so and so years. It is true, but if you would have accepted the reality earlier, it shouldn't take you that long of trials and tribulations. So right now, it doesn't matter when you started trading. It doesn't matter whatever that the situation have been. It doesn't matter the losses from last week. It doesn't matter the losses you had Friday before the market closed. It doesn't matter. Hear me. What you're about to learn today will either help you to make a decision to grow in this industry, or you will say everything that Cliff is teaching is nonsense and I will find my own way. But it's up to you. I want you to write 2 things down. The first thing that I want you to write down is the word adaptability. The first thing that I want you to write down is the word adaptability. After you have written down the word adaptability, I want you to write the word adjustments. I want you to write the word adaptability and the word adjustments. Adaptability and the word adjustments. You see, in life, nothing is constant. The only thing that we can almost say is constant is change. Meaning nothing lasts forever. In fact, we can say it's constant. We can argue that. In life, nothing is constant. But the only thing I can say right now here on this live stream is that change is constant. Change is constant. I want to define the word adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to evolve mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally. Please write it down. Adaptability is the ability to evolve mentally. Do you know to evolve does not mean to get things. To evolve simply means to let old things die so that new things can come. Both the dying and the coming, they are both a process. That's not what I'm talking about today. I don't want to digress for a long time, but watch this. Adaptability is the ability to, so watch this. Anytime you hear the word adaptability, you hear the word capability, you hear the word profitability. These words, because of the ability in those words, you need to understand that it takes capacity to do this. Are you with me? So let's say, for example, I have this, cup over here with me. This cup can be able to take a certain amount of water or a coffee or anything, or hot chocolate, anything. Let's say, for example, it can take only 150 ml of liquid. It only has the ability to take 150 ml. No matter how this cup of water desires 1 liter, it's impossible. This cup of water, this cup cannot take water more than 150 liters. So this cup can pray, this cup can wish, this cup can desire, but it will never be able to take more than 150 milliliters. It can only take that. So when we say the ability for something to do something, in other words, it means that that thing has a limit. So if we want 1 liter of water, we need 1 liter container. If we need 5 liters of water, we need 5 liters container. It's the law. You can't contain something in something that is smaller than the thing you are trying to contain in it. Are you with me? So every single time as an individual, when we say adaptability, it doesn't mean you don't know how to adapt. It just simply means it's possible you have exhausted the ability of adapting in a particular season or a moment. If you are learning, drop some number ones in the chat for me. So when we say adaptability, it doesn't mean that you lack the skill entirely to adapt. No. The reality is you can adapt. But the only issue is maybe you have exhausted your ability of adapting in a particular season. Maybe you have exhausted your ability of adapting in an area of a business. So even though it took you 3 years to adapt in your office space where you work with people, even though you adapted to your boss, it doesn't mean that same ability in the office can handle the ability you need in trading. So every single time that I'm teaching things like this, you need to know that it's change upon change upon change. So let's say, for example, I mostly travel. So when I am in Dubai, I need to make sure my activities and my lifestyle needs to equate to the environment in Dubai. When I travel to whether Europe or whether I'm in Africa, whether I'm in Ghana or wherever, I need to adapt the structure. So adaptability is not necessarily just you saying, okay, I will do this. It has a capacity structure needed, just like the illustration of this cup. Are you with me? So adaptability is the ability to evolve. It is the ability to evolve mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally. Now, in response to changes in your environment. So anytime that somebody is adapting, that person is adapting based on environmental factors. Are you with me? In trading, you need these two things. That is why I'm explaining this. This is not my topic. We are building foundation. Stay with me. You need this foundation to understand what we're about to learn. This is not a topic. My topic is not adaptability. Neither is my topic adjustment. But watch this. So adaptability is the ability for you to evolve mentally, emotionally, behaviorally around the things that happens within your environment. So if somebody say I have adapted, it's an environmental statement. Now, the next thing I want to define right now is adjustment. I want to differentiate between adaptability and adjustment. Watch this. I wrote down something here. I said adaptability is internal. Adjustments is, so adaptability is the things you do internally to survive external factors. And adjustment is what you do externally to help your internal factors. I'm going to say it again. Stay with me. Adaptability is the things you do internally to survive external factors. And adjustment is the things you do externally to help your internal factors. Right? If you don't write it down, you would think you are getting it. Write it down. If not, you will not get it. Adaptability is the things, all right, is the things that happens internally to help you survive externally. Adjustment is the things you do externally to help you survive internally. Both of these things is an important skill for you to have. Are you with me? So adaptability is internal, adjustment is external. So let's say, for example, right now I'm wearing this suit over here, this jacket over here. If it's big, it's bigger. If it's bigger, yeah, you know those suits where when you raise up your hands, all this place will come up. Is suit normally is there. You will see that all this, those kind of suits, you don't adapt. You need to adjust. You need to go for the tailor to do something better for you. Are you with me? You maybe if the situation is worse, you can wear it that moment. But as far as looking good physically is concerned, you need to let them adjust it. You don't need to accept that. Anyways, so what I'm basically just saying is that when things are not okay, let's say, for example, right now my microphone, I'm trying to show you guys something behind me, and this laptop is blocking it. I need to adjust the position of the laptop. I cannot adapt to the position of this laptop. If I do that, I am accepting things to happen to me emotionally. Are you with me? So let's say, for example, right now I start speaking, and let's say some of you guys are struggling to hear me, and I go like, oh, don't worry, they will adapt. No, even if you adapt to the choppiness of my vocals, it will do something to you emotionally, even though you have adapted. So adaptation in every context does not simply mean you have accepted something. It needs to give you the peace of mind. It needs to give you mental clarity. It needs to do something to your emotions to help you make the right decisions. And so adaptability is internal and adjustment is external. When you fail to adapt internally, you will adjust poorly externally. Write that down. If you fail to adapt internally, you will adjust poorly externally. The same way, if you adjust poorly externally, you will fail to adapt internally. It's vice versa. These two skills are very important. So maybe 2 weeks ago, there is a way your trading was working. Something has changed in the market. I always used to make this example with XAU USD, which is gold. The way gold was 4, 5, 6 years ago is not the same gold today. Gold is no more a baby. Many years ago, from 2006, indices were not where it was today. So if you are still using the same structure that you were using 16 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago in trading, both your lifestyle is not going to be the same. So watch this. As a trader, you need to understand that the market conditions can change. As a trader, you need to understand your conditions can change. That means the market can change in the way that is volatile per season, per time, depending on economical differences in the world. Are you with me? As an individual, you can get married. The same you that was trading when you were single is not the same way you trade when you are married, especially not when you are married. Are you with me? So it is not going to be the same you that is going to trade when you have kids. Definitely not when you have kids. You are now thinking differently. And so if you are trying to treat your trading business the same way as you were single, as you didn't have no kids, the same way as you are trading then, now, you will think something is wrong with your strategy. It's not true. Strategies upon strategies are still working, but the market conditions are changing and the individual conditions are changing, but they are refusing to adapt and adjust. So I always say this, that principles will always forever remain the same, but practices changes. So the principles of the market are still the same. We still need to be able to treat trading like a business. We still need to buy and sell. Nothing has changed about those principles. But then the practices, whether we are trading with a mobile phone, whether we are trading with a computer, it has changed from back in the days how people used to analyze the markets. Back then, they used to analyze the market with what we call ticker tapes. So they will be counting the ticker, tick, tick, tick. That is why you know something on MT Trading View, we call it ticks. It's not just a sentence. That is how back then they used to count. So those ticks you will normally realize is more than the normal average pips you convert to. So ticker tapes is how they used to check the price levels. You have to make a call. You have to track it. Whether through newspapers, things have changed. So, but the principles remain the same. You still need to analyze. But practices have changed. Mobile phones have come into context. Artificial intelligences, algorithms. Are you with me? The principles have not changed, but the practices are changing. When COVID-19 happened, we didn't stop greeting people. Okay, we didn't stop saying hello to people, but we stopped shaking for a while. Some people will be using their elbows to be saying hello to each other. Principle of greeting remained the same, but practices changed. Adapt. So when COVID happened, everybody was wearing a mask. Adaptation, which is adaptability and adjustment. So if the mask is bigger than your face, you need to adjust. But then the practices were changing during the times of COVID. But in respect to the principles, nothing changed. Greetings still happen. People still ate. People still talk to people through mobile phone. Adaptability and adjustment. But in trading, traders don't understand that their life, they must learn this skill of adapting and adjusting. So when things happen, they say, oh my God, my strategy is not working. Chief, it's still working. The only issue is that you have not identified what has changed. Strategies don't expire. The market condition changes though. So the same Ichimoku cloud is still making somebody money. Moving average crossing is still making somebody money. Smart money concept is still making somebody money. Price action is still making somebody money. Alligator strategy is still making somebody money. It is true. So you need to be able to understand that the market principles will forever remain the same, whether it be the structure of the market, the hierarchy, or whatever, but practices can keep on changing. So if, as a trader, if you fail to adapt and adjust, you will think something is wrong with your strategy. Are you learning? So some people right now, you are about to change your strategy. You're about to pay for another strategic indicator. Don't do it. Relax. You started trading 6 months ago. Wait. You will still get the same results regardless. For me, when people say they are studying smart money concept or ICT, it is not in the taking of the trades that I celebrate for them. It is the perspective that lesson will give to the traders is what I'm happy about. There are certain things you can't ignore as an ICT trader or a smart money concept trader without you learning them. You need to understand order flow. In order for you to understand order flow, you need to understand the hierarchy of the market. Are you with me? So, some of you guys are about to quit your strategy. The one that has been working for you 6 months ago, just because something is not going well this week. Relax. Adapt and adjust. Relax. Before you change it, I'm not saying don't modify what you have, but sometimes you just need to relax a little bit before you go around trying to make impulsive decisions. Are you with me? Some of you guys right now, you are about to change mentors. Maybe because you came on this call and I'm speaking like this, you're like, I'm not going to speak to my go and speak back to your mentor. Your mentor is still your mentor. This masterclass is just an add-on. This doesn't have to let you dishonor your mentor just because I am saying something that is giving you light bulb moment. It's not true. You have heard me saying this, that Cheqona alone cannot transform everybody. We all need to come together to sharpen iron. That is how it works. So when you come and I'm teaching you the mental transformations as a trader, you listen to it in that moment and take it home, but it doesn't mean dishonor somebody who held your hand and told you what baby pips are, or baby pip is as a website, or told you what candlesticks are. Still honor the person. Are you with me? Adapt and adjust. Very important. So why is this important? I wrote down here 3 things. Write it down. Life will not ask for your permission to change. Why, Cliff, do I need to learn how to adjust and adapt? Number 1, life will not ask for your permission to change. Impossible. Please, if you are here and you have not invited even one person to this masterclass, it's not nice. Somebody needs to hear this. Why is this important? It's important because life will not ask for your permission to change. Number 1. Number 2, the market will not pause because you have become overwhelmed. The market will not pause because you just got married. The market will not pause because you just had a child. The market will not pause because you need money now. No. I was making not a joke, but I was telling somebody that when I am in Europe, there is a way I trade. When I'm in Dubai, there is a way I trade. When I am in Ghana, there is a way I trade. Same me, different trading styles of decision making. Because in Dubai, if you live in Dubai, you know what I mean. It's not, it's not child's play. Europe, so. Ghana is here and there. Different mindset. So you have to trade differently, aggressively, not aggressively. But you have to control yourself, adapt and adjust. So your emotions, the last one I want to give you is that your emotions will not disappear because you pretend to be strong. No. When it comes to adapting and adjusting, you don't pretend. You need to understand. You need to understand. I wrote down something here. I want you guys to write it with me. Are you learning? Are you guys learning? If you are learning, drop some number 1s in the chat. Whether you are on Facebook, whether you are on Instagram, whether you are on YouTube, Drop in the comment that I am learning. Your trading life and your mindset after this masterclass will not remain the same again. Unless you are not listening to me and you're just watching me thinking I'm speaking nonsense. But if you pay attention, after this masterclass, you will never remain the same again. Watch this. I wrote down here. The only option as a human being is to accept what I'm about to say. Are you guys with me? You need to accept and understand what I'm about to say. Life happens. Life happens. Some of you right now, without me trying to be prophetic, you have lost money last week. Some people also made money. Some people almost over leveraged and they stopped. Some people almost over traded and they stopped. Some people almost got into a situation, or they did get into a situation that is requiring more of them, and they don't know how to do this. But I wrote down something here. Watch this. The only option that you have as a human being is to build the internal system. Now, when I say internal system, what am I basically saying? Systems that will be able to help you to do what? To adapt. So when I say you need to build internal system, I'm basically saying you need to build systems that will give you the ability to adapt. So the only way someone's ability to do something expands or shrinks is the size and the powerful structure of their systems. So the only option that you have as a human being, whether in trading, whether in life, for example, you can jubilate and say, whoa, this place is not cold. But when you travel to a place where it is cold, I remember not that many years ago, but when I was in Ukraine, during the winter times in Ukraine, it was very cold. Very cold. So what we used to do to survive during the cold season, during the winter season, is we will wear what we call thermal wear. It's a thermal wear is something that you wear under. You're very uncomfortable, but you have to wear under your actual clothes. So very uncomfortable, you gotta wear it because you would rather feel uncomfortable wearing a thermal wear than to feel that cold. Because negative 28 degrees, chief, is not a joke. Celsius, negative 20, it's not a joke. So you wear that and you wear it on top of it, and you wear your jacket. Sometimes you can even wear a sweater and then wear the jacket on top of that, or a hoodie or anything. You are adapting to the weather conditions. So whether it be in a weather condition, whether it's whatever it is, as a human being, you need to understand this. Building the internal systems will help you to remain mentally balanced and emotionally functional. The only option you have is to build the internal system to help you remain mentally balanced and emotionally functional. You can't escape the things that happens in life. What you can do is to be transformed in a way that you become mentally balanced and emotionally functional. Not emotionless, emotionally functional. No matter what happens. Underline the word, underline the sentence, no matter what happens. Let's declare. Let's declare a couple of few things. If the instrumental can come up a little bit, I'll be even excited. Let's declare. Say that I will train myself to remain mentally balanced and emotionally functional. I will train myself to remain mentally balanced and emotionally functional. I will train myself to remain what? Mentally balanced and emotionally functional. I will train myself to become mentally balanced and emotionally functional, no matter what happens. No matter what happens. That means what you are basically saying is that you are basically declaring to yourself that you will train yourself to become mentally balanced and emotionally functional. Mentally balanced and emotionally functional. Speak to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is an autopilot. So you need to adjust the coordinations, the wires in your mind by speaking back to your subconscious that you will train yourself to become mentally balanced and emotionally functional. No matter what happens. No matter what happens. As a trader, whether wins or loss, I train myself. Whether I make money today or not, I train myself. This is a reality code that you are putting in your brain. This is not an emotional thing. If you don't speak it, it is going to do nothing for you. Remember, we are doing something called beyond an abstract concept, because an abstract concept of a knowledge does not transform man in itself. But when you go beyond an abstract concept, by declaring the things I'm saying, you are adjusting what? Your wiring as a human being internally as well. So I will train myself to become what? Mentally balanced and emotionally functional. Are you with me? Good. Now, let's get back. Watch this. The internal system has a name. The internal system has a name. The name of the internal system you have to build to survive life and everything that you are doing, whether a businessman, a doctor, a pilot, an engineer, the name given to that internal system is what I call resilience. 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 So now that you understand that life and the market are constantly changing, good things can happen. The Bible says in the day of adversity, if you faint, it means your strength is small. The Bible said in the day of adversity, not if adversity appears, in the day. That means whether you like it or not, the day of adversity can appear. And when it appears and you faint, it means your strength is small. Are you with me? So now that you understand that life and the market are constantly changing, let me introduce the kind of trader whom you must become to survive the storm, any storm. Because you see, as a trader, you can pass your pro-firm accounts and you can still lose the life account. What do? When I started trading in the beginning, my first losses in the market didn't come from a bad trade. It came because the brokerage I was using collapsed. They collapsed. They left. What do? Cry? Oh, chief. Well, maybe somehow partially I did, but now, come on, chief, you know? So you need to be able to understand that you can pass a pro-firm challenge. Step 1, step 2, whatever that it may be. You know how their business is. They can do that. Step 1, step 2, and something will happen somehow in the life account. And then there you go. What do? Stop trading? No. No, you have to become the kind of trader that can survive any storm. Come on now, you are a trader. Now, when I say that, who are you? I want you to declare, I am a trader. Not from the understanding of I can buy and sell. That is childish behavior. It's easy for you to click buttons. But when you now say, I am a trader, you are not saying it from the standpoint of, oh, you know what, I can buy and sell. No, I am a trader. That means you can withstand every single storm that comes into the market. Pass phase 1, lose phase 2, pass phase 1 again, pass phase 2, lose the life account. No problem. You are coming again. Why? Because you know, if you are able to stand the test of time, eventually there is a law that say anything that you are consistent about eventually must give you results. You are a trader. By the end of this masterclass, you will understand that yes, you are learning the technicals, you are learning the strategies, you are learning the things you are supposed to learn, but there is another dimension that you must become in order for your trading game to add up. Lose or no losing, wins or losses, I am a trader. The trade doesn't go there. I will cut it and I will look for another trader. I am a trader. Are you with me? So in order for you to be able to become the trader that will be able to stand against any storm, somebody scammed you a few years ago and you are watching me, and so what? Move on. At least now you have a space where you can learn the realities of trading, where people will tell you the truth. That trading is possible, but it's not an easy thing as people make it look. You have to learn how to become a trader. Are you with me? So, my topic for today, are you guys tired? I'm now about to introduce my topic. If you guys are tired, tell me, Cliff, we are tired, so that we will know that we are wrapping up the masterclass. If you are not tired, I want you to put in the comment section, I am a trader. Yes, we are here. We are learning. We will learn. Oh, we will learn. We will learn about the market. We will learn about the hierarchy. We will learn about the business. Yes, I will learn about the career. I will build my career. I will learn. So if you're ready to go to the next level, say, I am ready to learn. I am a trader. Let me introduce my topic for today. My topic for today, I titled it, The Resilient Trader. 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 Okay. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, you are not a robot. Okay? You are not an AI. Thank God. At least that is one thing that can never become an AI. Humans. Or, well, let's see. We don't even know anymore. But you are not a robot. You are an emotional being. You are not a robot. You are an emotional being. What that simply means is that you cannot eliminate emotions. You have to learn how to interpret emotions. You have to learn how to interpret emotions. What does that mean? It means you have to become emotionally intelligent. If you don't become emotionally intelligent and learn how to interpret your emotions, emotions will become your enemy in trading, even though it's not meant to be like that. Are you with me? Even though it's not meant to be like that. Even though it's not meant to be like that, it can become your worst enemy. Okay? Good. Now, let me do a quick crack course. 101. We have learned this before. You can go back onto the masterclass and watch those videos. But what are emotions? Emotions are biological signals. They are signals. When you feel a certain type of emotion, it means something is happening around you externally, influencing you internally. Are you with me? If you start to feel any type of emotion, it means that something is happening to you, something is happening around you externally, affecting you internally. So it's a signal. Emotions are biochemical reaction. In other words, it's a biochemical signal. It's a biochemical reaction. It's a signal. Are you with me? So please write that down. Write that down for me, please. Make sure that you have it down, okay? You see, what am I doing now? I am adjusting. What am I adjusting? My microphone. Why? Because I want to take off my jacket a little bit. I'm a little bit hot. Okay, so bear with me. You see, in everything in life, you need to learn how to adapt and adjust. All right, I'm ready. So, where are we now? Emotions are biological signals. They are when there are chemicals released into your body, your body, from your mind to your body, it receives those signals. So they are biological signals, which is created by your brain and your body to let you know something is happening around you, which is affecting you internally. Are you with me? And then, as I say all the time, that we have basic emotions and we have complex emotions. So the basic emotion is what we call, we have anger, we have sadness, we have joy, we have fear. They are all basic emotions. We have done a whole masterclass on this. You can go check it out. Then we have the complex one. Complex one like, irritation. You guys can still hear me, right? Complex one like irritation, rage. They are complex emotions. But complex emotions are formed when two or more basic emotions comes together to form a complex one. So as a retail trader, especially as a retail trader, you need to be able to understand that you cannot eliminate emotions entirely from your trading. It's impossible. Why? Because the whole entire financial market is built on emotions in the first place. When the market is going up, it means somebody somewhere is trying to be greedy. Or greediness is pushing it. When the market is coming down, it means somebody is afraid of losing, so they are cashing out. So fear and greed is one of the most common emotions you will find in the market over and over again. So you cannot eliminate it. But what you can do is you can basically learn how to interpret what is happening to you at that moment, and then use that interpretation as a data to make decisions and control and regulate your emotions. Are you with me? Good. Now, how emotions work in trading. When your stop loss trigger, it will create some sort of anger in you or frustration. So the two emotions that stop losses triggers is anger and frustration. Anger and frustration. A missed setup triggers regret. What am I listing now? I'm listing moments, events, and the emotions that is connected to. Follow me. We are going somewhere. What are we talking about? A resilient trader. Are you with me? A resilient trader. That is what we are talking about. A resilient trader. So I'm giving you a few instances that connect trading instances to emotions. When you hit your stop loss, the emotions that is possible to reflect in you internally is either anger or frustration, unless you have trained yourself to accept that losses are part of the game, especially a stop loss is not a lost trade, but a stopped trade, unless you have trained yourself in that way. But if you haven't done that, then the two emotions that can come out of these instances, they are anger or frustrations. Okay, when you miss your setup, or you miss your entry, or you miss an opportunity, the thing you will feel, normally we call that regret. You are going to feel a sense of regret because you wish you could have gotten that opportunity. Number three, when a profit triggers, it also has a form of an emotion it gives you. So that is why whether you are winning or you are losing, there are still emotional structures attached to this. You are losing, there is anger or frustration. When you are winning, there is also euphoria or overconfidence. Emotions can stay out of these things as well, these signals, euphoria or overconfidence. So you don't become overconfident when you are hitting stop losses 5 times in a row. Overconfidence comes from when you are winning. But these things can also lead to damage in your account. What are we doing? We are naming moments and emotions, okay? A losing streak triggers, I wrote down here 3 emotions: fear, shame, and self-doubt. Fear, shame, and self-doubt. Fear, shame, and self-doubt. I could go on and on and on, but I wanted you to understand that each and every single moment I just happened, each of them can happen in your trading. If you blow your pro-firm account or your account, you will feel the fear to go into the market again. You will feel ashamed, like as if you failed somebody. You are going to have self-doubt and ask yourself, can I do this again? Are you with me? Good. Now, the goal is that you must understand this. Emotions must be understood. Emotions must be interpreted. And emotions must be regulated. I'm not here to kill emotions for you. In fact, you don't want to kill it. You need it. If not, chief, you can't fall in love. Yeah. Anyways, emotions must be understood. Emotions must be interpreted. And emotions must be regulated, not ignored. So this is the foundation of emotional intelligence. If somebody say, Cliff, I don't know why I'm emotional, because you are a human being. You are meant to feel it. That is not the issue. The issue is that you must understand what emotions that is. And you need to be able to interpret it. Then you need to be able to regulate. You know, regulation, let's say, for example, right now I have a couple of few regulations here around me that is giving me good air for me to breathe in. Now, in this regulation here, there are numbers. It starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going, okay? 0 does not mean that you have spoiled the device, whether the air conditioner or a fan or whatever. 0 simply means you have regulated it to the last button that is making the machine not move. But it doesn't mean that the machine is spoiled. So when you now put it onto 1, it will now start acting according to the capacity of the 1 you have turned it to. That is what regulation is. So if you are calm, it doesn't mean that you are not emotional. It means you are on 0 now, though. But when it goes all the way, to a certain level, you need to find a way to regulate it to the backside. So we are not trying to look for a complete no emotions. We want it to still be there, but know when to put it on 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? Regulation. So now let's define some couple of few things I wrote down here. What is resilience? What is resilience? Remember the topic for today, the resilient trader. The topic for today is the resilient trader. I wrote down here that the capacity to absorb emotional shock. So when you blow the account, okay. So have you ever gotten hurt before? And it's like you hit your knee. I'll give you 2 instances. There is no way nobody on this call, on this live stream, has not experienced these 2 things. Maybe small people, but let me explain. There is some kind of an accident, yeah? Maybe your knee or maybe your leg, and it will hit maybe, let's say, a hard surface, okay? It will hit it, bam! That instant, the saw, the cut, there will be no blood. It will be a white tissue, white, no blood. That kind of pain, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, it may look like, I've witnessed some, around children before. They get hurt, bam! 4 seconds, it looks like I see, whoa, that is some Terminator right there. No, wait, it's coming. So before you realize, the child now will scream so hard, because that 4-5 seconds, the brain was trying to process the level of the pain. I'm describing how sometimes when you lose a trade, you're like, oh, I'm a trader, I understand. Chief, you are lying. Until you lay your head down on the bed, and then how sometimes when you are resting, your brain can sometimes go back into the past and fish out a moment. And then now you are asking yourself, why didn't I even use this money to even buy suya? No, Chief, it's gone. If you meditate on suya, what will happen is you will now start forming a complex emotion, which is the one you don't want, because the basic emotion, which is the pain of losing that account, is perfectly normal. But you thinking that I should have used the money to buy, suya, or use the money to buy some kind of anything, you are now meditating on the emotion that should have been flashed away quickly. Now it's coming back. That is the same way the pain is. Or maybe you will hit your elbow on a chair and then it electrocutes you. Very simple pain, but very painful. Shock. So the resilient trader needs to understand that if you want to become resilient, then you need to understand that the person who can consistently, watch this, their capacity to absorb emotional shock, recover from losses, and continue forward with mental strength and identity still intact. That is the definition of resilience. So it is the ability to bend without breaking. So have you realized that there are certain materials that you can bend it? A broom, if you bend a broom, it doesn't stay, it will break. When you add multiple brooms together, you can bend them. They become resilient together. So resilience is by bending, but not breaking. You can absorb pain without being destroyed, and you can reset quickly after failure. That is resilience. Now, when I say a trader, you already know what that means. A person who consistently makes decisions under pressure. That is who a trader is. Listen, guys, don't let anybody deceive you. Trader is not the one who bought a Lamborghini on Instagram. Do you hear what I just said? Not a Lamborghini in the shop, a Lamborghini on the Instagram. That is not a trader. A trader is not a guy that showed you that he made $1 million. That is not a trader. When he was making that decision, whether he was under pressure or not, you didn't see that. So you are not seeing the real life of a trader. It's not true. So if I say a trader now, I'm not talking about the guy who bought your favorite house that you desire to get the same. It's a person who consistently and constantly is ready to make decisions under pressure, to know how to manage risk, and a person who operates in an emotionally unpredictable environment. I love this definition. I've given to you guys many times. I take my time to define these things so that it will connect something in your medulla oblongata. Are you with me? Your mind must receive this definition. Watch this. Some of you guys have written it down before, but today I'm defining it again. A trader is a person who constantly makes decisions under pressure, manages risk, and operates in an emotional, unpredictable environment. Do you know the meaning of when I say emotionally unpredictable environment? Do you know what it means? I'm talking about your financial market. Your financial market, that is another name for it. It's called an emotionally unpredictable environment. When you say financial market, it sounds good, like a place where there is money on the ground, you are picking it. No, this is the name. The name of where you work and your business is in an area that we call an emotionally unpredictable environment. And you are making decisions as a person like this daily. So sometimes when people tell me, Cliff, I love trading, I say, I know, Chief, because you are not trading. If you were actually trading and making the right decisions, you will be bored sometimes throughout the week. Because sitting down waiting for a setup, there is nothing interesting about it. Let's just be honest. Some people say, for me, I would trade forever. I say, I know, Chief, because you are not trading. You are not trading yet. So you need to understand that as a person who is deciding to make decisions in an emotionally unpredictable environment, you are going to be making decisions daily, whether to trade or not to trade, whether to cut the losses or hold the trades daily. And you know, psychologically and scientifically proven, it is very difficult for the average person who is not trained psychologically to make more than 2 emotional decisions in a day. It's difficult. So next time when I hear people saying, for me, anytime that the trade is set in a day, I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I hear you. Congratulations. But you need to understand that your brain, your mindset cannot handle 3rd decision, 4th decision, as long as it's an emotional one. You will get stuck. So next time when somebody asks you, why don't you take more than 2 trades in a day? Because as a human being, I can make right decisions if it's only 2 emotional decisions in a day. It's better for me that way. Now you are learning. Now you are speaking like a TP family member. You don't just say for me because I just take 2 trades. Why? Why? You see, as traders, don't just say things. Understand them. Why then do you check only 2 trades a day? Because psychologically, I understand that I am a performer. I am a trader. I make decisions under pressure in an unpredictable, emotionally unpredictable environment. Therefore, I need to protect my mind. So when you now combine it together, I have the definition for you here. I said the resilient trader is the trader who understands that their emotions deeply. Please, this definition, don't just listen. Even if you have not written anything down, write this definition down. If you don't write this definition down, you won't understand anything we're about to do next. The resilient trader is the trader. Now I'm giving you the definition of my topic. The resilient trader is the trader who understands their emotions deeply. After this definition, I'm giving you 5 keys, or I'll give you 6. 6 keys that will help you to become a resilient trader. Okay. The resilient trader is the trader who understands their emotions deeply, control their impulses, adapt, underline the word adapt to losses and changes in the market without losing mental structure, and keep showing up with clarity despite the pain of yesterday. It's a long definition, don't worry. If I write these things down, you must write it. We will all write together. Okay, we are in this together. If I write, you write. So the resilient trader, I'm going to repeat it 3 times, so pay attention. The resilient trader is a trader who understands their emotions deeply. The resilient trader is a trader who understands their emotions deeply. The resilient trader is a trader who understands their emotions deeply, control their impulses, who understands their emotions deeply, control their impulses, adapt to losses and changes in the market without losing mental structure, and keep showing up with clarity despite the pain of yesterday. I'm going to repeat one more time. I'm sure the media will try their best to bring some definitions up for you, but listen to it one more time and we'll move on. The resilient trader is a trader who understands their emotions deeply. Not understands emotions, their emotions, your emotions. The resilient trader is a trader who understands their emotions deeply, controls their impulses, adapt to losses and changes in the market without losing mental structure, and keeps showing up with clarity despite the pain of yesterday. If you guys have the definition down, please write some number ones in the chat. Let's move on. I'm about to give you the keys. So write this. So drop some number ones in the chat now. And let's go on. Are you guys ready? Drop some number ones in the chat. Let me give you the keys now. Okay, better. Let's go. All right then. I wrote down here the 5 keys you need to become the resilient trader. Each key is going to explain, and I'm going to give you an advice within there that will help you to become a resilient trader. Here we're going to run through it faster. Thank you. I'm going to give you 5 keys. Each key, the purpose of that is to help you to reprogram your system. What system? What system are we reprogramming? What system? I want somebody to put in a comment for me to understand the conviction is there. What system are we reprogramming now? The 5 keys I'm about to give you is going to help you to reprogram a system. What system is that? What system is that? What system is that? What system are we reprogramming now? What system are we reprogramming? What system? Bring it up on the screen. Mental system. I like that. Good. The mental system. Very good. All right. So it's called the internal system. The first key is emotional labeling. When you want to build resilience in life, in trading, as a human being, the first key is called emotional labeling. Emotional labeling, to label your emotions. If you're a retail trader here, and you are not paying attention on this masterclass, my God. Anyways, I really hope that you are paying attention wherever you are, whether Facebook or Instagram. And if you are watching this as a replay, write notes. Don't go into the market hoping you will make money. It doesn't work like that. You have to be mentally strong. The market will bully you. Number 1, the first key is emotional labeling. The first key is emotional labeling. You need to name it. What is the it? The emotion before you frame it. Because what you don't label, you can't control. It's in a way of saying become self-aware, but in this case, it's emotional labeling. You remember in the beginning, I started telling you the moments that is connected to specific emotions. There was a reason for that. So you need to label your emotions. That means what you cannot label, you cannot control. What you don't acknowledge, you will act out. So people sometimes say, Cliff, I am afraid. Sometimes it's not fear. It might be shame. So most traders feel something, but they don't know what they are feeling. So they misbehave. When you don't know what you are feeling, what is happening, you will misbehave. You can't manage confusion if you think it's fear. And you can't heal from shame if you are calling it anger. Are you with me? You can't manage confusion if you think it's fear. And you can't heal from shame if you are calling it anger. So there are people, especially Africans, if you were born in Africa, you know, with the way we grew up, we didn't come from a home where some people did, though, but not me. Unfortunately, I didn't see too many loving, atmosphere from my folks, my parents. Not because they are bad, it's just that, they are shy. So sometimes the way, I'll never forget this. I saw my mom and dad one time, and my dad wanted to give it's a long time ago, my dad wanted to give my mom a peg on the cheeks. And then he tried. Mama said, "Oh, what are you doing?" What are you doing? He says, "Oh, something like that." And I was like, "Hey, my mom, she wants it, but she's awkward. She's not communicating her emotions well. She's awkward around what is happening, but she's calling it, stop it, instead of, not here." All right, you know what I'm saying? So when you don't name what is happening, you can't regulate, control, and you can't do anything about it. So the first key to be able to become resilient as a trader is to understand exactly what is happening. So emotional labeling, naming it before you frame it, is important. Don't just put it in a box. How do you do this? Practically speaking, after every trade, in the beginning, when you are starting this journey, you need to pause and ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling right now? It can be joy, it can be anger, it can be happiness. Don't call it what you feel it to be. Call it as it is. If you blow an account, call it fear, call it anger, call it shame, if that is what it is. That's why I gave you instances where you understand this. I said that if you hit a stop loss, 2 possible emotions you will feel is anger or frustration. 2. If you miss a setup, normally the emotion associated with this is regret. If you hit take profits, the emotion is normally euphoria or overconfidence. Even if you are happy, it's great, but it's an euphoria as a definition. Are you with me? So key number 1, emotional labeling. How do you do that? After every single trade, pause and ask, what emotion am I feeling right now? Then you write it down before you touch the next trade. You write it down before you touch the next trade. I'm giving you practical things. If you don't do this, what you are hearing is abstract concepts. If you don't do what I'm telling you, what you are hearing is just abstract concepts. It won't do anything. You need to do what I'm telling you beyond an abstract concept. So what emotion am I feeling right now? Then you write it down before you touch your next trade. Second key. Key number 1, emotional labeling. Key number 2, emotional distance. After you have named them, you need to distance yourself from it. Don't pretend it's not there. It's there. Distance yourself. You are not what you feel. You are not what you feel. That means a resilience starts when you stop attaching yourself to your emotions. Your emotions, they are not your identity. They can hijack your identity, but they are not your identity. So emotional labeling is number 1. Number 2, emotional distance. Resilience starts when you stop attaching your identity to your emotions. A resilient trader must know that I feel like a failure, but I am not a failure. You can't feel anger, fear, doubt, but still take wise action. It's impossible. If you fail, you have failed, but you are not a failure. Yes. There are certain words you don't need to use. You can make a foolish decision, but you are not foolish. Or in other words, I refuse to be foolish. That means foolishness doesn't have to become your identity. You can make a very stupid decision, but you are not stupid. Identity is important. Protect it at all costs. It's like saying that, anyway, let me not go there. Number 1, emotional labeling. Number 2, emotional distance. How do you distance yourself from your emotions? You need to practice self-talk detachment. You need to practice self-talk detachment. Let me do a quick crash course 101 right now with the TP family members. Let's say you have hit, let's say your trade has kicked you out of break even. Okay, let's say you took a trade and the trade hit your stop loss at break even and went to your direction. What emotions are you going to feel? Quickly, somebody tell me. Let's say your stop loss hit at break even. Your stop loss hit at break even. And then it went to your take profit. What would you feel? What emotion would you feel? Oh, no, not stupid. Why would you feel stupid? What emotion would you feel? Regrets. Good. Now, we have identified, please watch this. I want to share my screen right now and let's do something practical here. No, you will feel bad. It's not the emotion. Remember, you need to name it. Name it. Name it. Don't say I will feel bad. Everybody feel bad when something bad happens. But you need to name the emotion. I'm teaching you how to become a resilient trader. Pay attention, okay? But then talk to me in the comment section. I want to share my screen and show you something. In fact, if I share my screen, it will be great, but okay, let me share it and let's do one more example. We're going to be doing 2 examples, so get ready. Okay, 2 examples. 2 examples. And I will ask one question. If anybody is able to win this question, I'll see what I can do. TP family giveaway loading. All right, TP family giveaway is loading. Prepare yourself, okay? Pay attention. So watch this. I'm going to share my screen right now. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. All right, boom, there you go. If you hit a stop loss and it goes back to your this one, what emotions would you feel? And the people said, like real extreme anger. Pay attention, guys. Those of you who are answering, I'm watching. TP family giveaway loading. Somebody can win something today. Anger. Anger. Someone said regrets. They are all not bad. Now, what are we doing now? Key number 1 is what I just showed you. So the key number 1, we just labeled the emotion. Anger, regrets. Key number 2, detach yourself. How do you detach yourself? You distance yourself from this emotion through a strategy called self-talk. So now, normally, if you think about the situation, it will create a complex one that can lead anger and regret forming together to create what we call revenge trading. Revenge trading is normally when anger and regret mix together. Are you with me? Anger and regret coming together forms revenge trading. Now, if you want to detach yourself or distance yourself from this emotion, self-talk. Let's go. Let me see the TP family members in the group. Somebody should give me a self-talk formula right now. Give me a self-talk. What would you say to yourself based on what you understand about these teachings right now and all the master classes we have done with declaration and everything? What will be the self-talk by understanding? Don't give me vague self-talk. Proper self-talk. Articulated, well structured with understanding. Give it to me in the comment section right now. Let me see who can do it. Come on now, let's go. Write it down and put it in the comment section. Put it down. I am teaching you guys proper, beyond abstract concept formula of doing certain things strategically. Self-talk or close the computer. Self-talk first. Stay with me. Closing the computer, you will still come back and do it tomorrow. You need to flash out the emotion. You don't close, even if you close your computer, tomorrow the emotion is still there. So what we are doing right now is we are trying to make sure we detach ourselves from the emotion that happened yesterday so that when we come back into the market tomorrow, we know we are safe mentally. Are you with me? Good. So you don't, closing your computer, running away, it's like you doing something and then you think tomorrow when you come back, the principal or the teacher will not remember. They will still beat you. You need to face the consequences. So face it. So let me see right now. Losing means landing on the wrong side of probability. Ooh, I like that. I am adapting and adjusting with the market, whether wins or lost. So now watch this, guys. Are you with me now? Did you guys realize this? Realize it. Now I want you guys to do something right now for the whole TP family. People have listed self-talk. Self-talk is not the only thing. We are roaming with the keys. First key, label it. Second key, self-talk. In this order of steps. Because you want to flash out yourself away from your emotion. You need to distance yourself from the emotional attachment at that moment. So you can close your computer, walk away, but the emotions will still be there. Why? Why will the emotions still be there even if you leave your computer? Tell me, somebody answer this right now. Even if you walk away and you don't do the self-talk, why will the emotions still stay? Why will the emotion still stay? The emotion will still stay because it's an internal issue, not external. So even if you close the laptop, external solution, it will not still fix your internal problem. No. So the first thing is, first step, emotional labeling. Second step, emotional distancing. Now I want you guys to do something right now. Among all the self-talk that you guys saw in the comments, I want you guys to go through right now, and I want you guys to pick your favorites. Don't pick your own. Don't be a TP family member. Look into it and pick your favorites, please. Look into it and pick your favorites. Look into it and pick your favorites. Which of these self-talk sentence is your favorite? Please tell me. If I pick it, they will say I am biased. So which one of the self-talk, except yours, is your favorite? Which one of them? Mention the person by name. Mention the person by name. Which one of them is your favorite? We will come back to it. Okay, guys, no, let's move on now. When we find the person who the crowd selected, please write their name down after the masterclass. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so now let's continue. Are you guys with me? Very good. So now the first key is emotional labeling. You need to name it before you frame it. Remember, what are we learning to become? You are learning to become a resilient trader, and it takes steps. Number one, you need to understand the emotions. When you understand, before you can understand them, you need to label them. We did that. Anger or regret, fear, whatever it is, label them. Number two, emotional distance. One of the ways you can become emotionally distant from anything right now is to practice self-talk detachment. Instead of I am angry, say anger is present. Anger is present. I understand that I am angry right now. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. So what you guys were writing is the declarations I was teaching. I didn't want you guys to feel bad, but stay with me, okay? It's fine. It was good, but it's a step. So in order for you to say that at the end of the day, I am not angry, you are lying. The emotion will still be there. I understand. I am angry right now. That is the second thing you need to do. You need to speak it out loud. But don't say that I am angry. Say anger is present. Anger is present. What are you doing? You are detaching yourself from the emotions. So you didn't say that I am angry. So what you guys wrote in the comment section is part of the process, but you went ahead of me. Stay there. I didn't want you guys to feel like you are wrong. So just keep that. I love what you just wrote. It means you are studying as a TP family member. But what we are doing right now is in these steps. Number one, emotional labeling. Number two, emotional detachment or emotional distancing. What you need to do is to practice self-talk detachment. What that simply means is anger is present. Don't attach yourself to the emotion. Don't say I am stupid. A stupid decision was made. Are you with me? A stupid decision was made. A foolish decision was made. Don't put I am in a sentence with something negative. It's not good for your subconscious mind. So anger is present, not I am angry. Self-talk detachment. What that will do is that it will rewire your brain to let you observe the emotion instead of becoming attached to the emotion. So first thing is emotional labeling. Second thing is emotional detachment or emotional distancing. Now, after you've been able to label the emotion, after after you have been able to detach yourself from the emotion with that declaration of a talk, which is anger is present, a stupid decision was made. People sometimes say, oh man, I don't know, I'm so stupid. Don't say that again, please. Don't say that. Don't say I am a stupid trader. Don't say that. I made a stupid decision, or a stupid decision was made. Now, the third key is cognitive reframing. Cognitive reframing. You understand when we mention cognitive now, you know what that means, right? Cognitive is your ability to reason, think, remember things, your cognitive functions, the ability for your brain to do things. All right, to do things with your cognitive functions. So the third key is cognitive reframing. You need to now redefine what just happened. That is what you guys did. So that is why I told you guys to keep it. So what you guys did was cognitive reframing. Cognitive reframing is what you did. And saying something positive to yourself is one way of reframing your cognitive. Walking away and talking and reflecting is another way. Closing the laptop, walking away is another way of doing something to your cognitive. It means you're not just walking away out of fear. You are walking away with understanding that a stupid decision was made. Laptop closed, walking away. Oh, okay, I mean, I've learned a lot though. I've learned a lot. A stop loss is a stop trade, not a loss trade. I mean, tomorrow the market is always moving. So we will still make it. You are reframing your cognitive. Because if you keep quiet, you can't beat that thought by thinking. It's impossible. Are you with me? So the next key is cognitive reframing. You need to redefine what just happened. In psychology, we call something cognitive diffusion. You are diffusing the thoughts in your head. So let's say somebody crosses you with his car, especially, if the person crosses you in a very bad way. What is happening is that before you could realize, you can say, oh, this person is stupid. He did this, he did that. Or for the sake of your sanity, or okay, maybe this person is a doctor. Maybe he's going to save a life. Maybe he's not even going to save any life. But for the sake of your sanity, redefine the stress that moment is giving you. Don't hold it. Are you with me? So cognitive reframing, redefine what just happened. How do you do that? After every loss or a mistake, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me about me? When it now teaches you that, you reframe that. That's what I said. So number one, you label the emotions. Number two, you self-talk, detach yourself. How do you do that? Anger is present. A stupid mistake was made. Now you detach yourself from the emotion. Then, whether you close your laptop, you walk away. Oh, but Cliff, do you need to do it step by step? Yes, Chief. Don't you do step by step, top-down analysis to predict the market? Why don't you do top-down analysis about you to stay in the market? Are you with me? So you close the laptop. You are not asking yourself, okay, today I lost a trade, but a stop loss is a stop trade. I was able to stop the loss. It's fine, but what should I have done? Could I have done differently? Bam, 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 bam. Cognitive reframing is happening when you do that. Are you with me? Good. So number one, emotional labeling. Number two, emotional distance. Number three, cognitive reframing. Number four, pattern resets. After you have been able to do this, and you are doing it every day in your journal, you are going to start to spot a pattern. Maybe every Monday, Tuesday, you are doing well. But Wednesdays, you can see something is happening in the wrong way. It's a pattern. The moment you see that pattern reoccurring, build rituals after those simple things or after those pain and follow that routine. So you can basically say, you know what? After a major drawdown, I used to go silent, but I don't do this. Therefore, now I will do X, Y, Z. So after you have now been able to do this over and over again and you are journaling, you need to take that data in your journal to study the pattern and build a habit to protect you from those patterns. Are you with me now? Oh, people sometimes think to become resilient means to become somebody like, no, resilience is intelligence. It's the ability for you to understand what is happening to you, control your emotions, regulate it, and keep going regardless. Are you with me? So the fourth key is pattern resets. How do you do that? You need to create post-loss ritual. You need to create a post-loss ritual. That means 2 minutes silence. The way that I always tell people is like, sit down. That is what we sometimes say, just breathe. No, I'm not talking about yoga or namaste things you see over there in the world. I'm talking about relax, breathe. At least 2 minutes, stay calm, and then you pick up your book and your pen. If you imagine hitting stop losses in a row and you pick up your pen and your journal, you will journal with anger. Just relax. You're right, you relax. After you have been able to take that walk, and after you have been able to do all of that and you have come back, whatever you gotta do. Some people will say, no, Cliff, I will not close my laptop and run away. I will relax. Some people will take a walk and go and sit under a tree. It's up to you. But take a break. Then you journal. Then you analyze your why. Then you evaluate. You can have this as a post-loss ritual. You also need to have a post. I will talk to Kema about this and see if he can teach this as an edge. Okay? Now, so key number 4. Key number 5 is expectation detox. This is the last key, but one, and we are done. Expectation detox. Expectation detox. You need to kill the mentality of everything is meant to be easy from your mind. It's not meant to be hard. So if you don't want something to be hard, don't also want it to be easy. But it can be gracious. It can be merciful. It can be favored. If you choose hard, if you choose easy, then you have to be willing to also accept the hard. It's life. It's opposite poles. Are you with me? So expectation detox. You want to become a resilient trader? Detox unnecessary expectations. I want to make money next week. Good for you. But what if the market doesn't move the way you want? I need to make $100,000. Okay, do you have $100,000 to put in? Do you have $1 million to put in to make $100,000 in 1 week? Or you are willing to blow your money to make that? Expectation detox. You need to ask yourself weekly, what am I secretly expecting that is making me unstable? What am I weekly expecting or secretly expecting that is making me unstable? Write down your expectation that is not reality. That is key number 5. The last key is identity anchoring. Your self-worth is not your equity. Whether you are making money or not is not the definition of who you are. Trading is a business. You made money last week, great. You lost money this week, no problem. It doesn't define who you are. It's just a business data. You made money, it's just a P&L. If your P&L is great, good. If it's not, whatever. But that is not your identity. So you cannot build resilient execution on top of a fragile identity. You need to accept the fact that you are a resilient trader. Therefore, wins or loss, I'm learning. If your confidence goes up when you win and then it crashes when you lose, you can't be resilient. Wins or losses, your facial expression must be the same. Wins or losses, you smile when you win. Cliff, I don't feel like smiling. Well, I'm doing it now. How did you know I'm not smiling? I widened the corners of my lips and my teeth is showing. When you lose, you smile. I just stopped my second loss for the day. Well, I will come back, God willing, tomorrow and still trade and be a trader. Smile. Because you have to rewire your brain to believe you that none of these scenarios affect you negatively emotionally. So wins or losses, you are smiling. But Cliff, I just lost my money. I understand, Chief, but you have 2 options now. Either you are going to quit being a trader or you need to be on the journey processing yourself to be a trader. Smile. A stop loss is a stop trade, not a loss trade. Smile. You're not the only person who have lost money. Keep going. Keep learning. Unless you are not learning, then this is a problem. So these are the 6 keys. There was more, but I'm giving you only 6. These are the 6 keys you need to follow if you want to become a resilient trader. Number 1, what did I say? Emotional labeling. Number 2, emotional distance. Number 3, cognitive reframing. Number 4, pattern reset. Number 5, expectation detox. Number 6, identity anchoring. When you understand this topic for today, you will understand that, okay, so Cliff, what you are basically saying is this, that you don't become resilient overnight. True, You build it one loss at a time, one emotion at a time, one bounce back at a time. You may feel broken right now, but resilience is not about how strong you look, it's about how fast you heal. And for you to remain true to yourself, you need to consistently rise. You hear what I just said? It's not about how strong you look, it's about how fast you heal. The prophet broke your heart, no problem. Define the emotion. I am going to keep on going forward after you have defined the emotion. Are you with me? It's very important that you understand this. Very important. Very important. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I don't speak this way because I am ignorant about the losses. I speak this way because I am tired of retail traders being sad about their journey. You can become a resilient trader. This week, when you go into the market, don't forget my definition about who a trader is. What did I say? That a trader is an individual who does what? Who makes decisions. How? That understands their emotions deeply. They control their impulses and adapt to losses and changes in the market without losing control. That is a resilient trader. So when you go into the market today, you can watch this masterclass again and again and again. Again and again and again. What you are doing there is that you want something to click in your mind. So there may be some people here listening to me, you lost money. There are people that, let me take this opportunity to give this announcement. Somebody, I don't know who that person is, and I hope that person is not following this masterclass and doing that. They have opened another Telegram channel. They have opened a Telegram channel. You know, we don't have a Telegram channel. And the person has over 400 subscribers in this Telegram channel using my name. And people are paying this individual. There are people who have invested over $800 to this individual because the name says Cliff Cheqona. Please, don't do that. Please. I don't know who this person is, but it is not nice. And I have people in my DM, and the team is telling me, you know, and people also, I saw someone from Instagram saying that, you know, he lost his savings. He says, I'm a poor man, Cliff, help me. I said, Chief, what do you want me to do? I should give you the money you invested to somebody. Why would you do that? At least talk to the person. Know that it's Cliff. So this person right now, is possible this person has killed his desire to be an investor forever because he was not ready for this. So I want you to be ready. This world is wicked. The market is, the infrastructures in the financial market is not built for you to survive. So be very resilient as you are going into the market this week. I know we are having these master classes once a week, but settle down with this emotion and use it to transform your life and become knowledgeable in the area of all areas in this market. The edge of you understand the technical side, you are learning. Risk management, you are learning. Psychology, you are learning. Are you with me? You are learning all around to become the individual you want to become. Also, I have one more announcement to all those who are from Ghana. Again, as I said, we are going to be doing our TP Masterclass offline. Our TP Masterclass offline. The date is not out yet still. I mean to the public, but we will communicate with you guys. But before then, I want to do something for those in Ghana, you know, before the masterclass. We want you guys to have a dinner. The community in Ghana, we want you guys to have dinner. All right? We want you to have dinner. You know, there will be a rep from our team that will be with you over there. A rep will be with you from the internal team that will be with you guys over there in Ghana. That you guys, the TP family community members, we want to organize dinner for you guys. So if you are a TP family member in Ghana, be ready this week. The registration form for the dinner, strictly by invitation. If you don't register, you won't be invited. This is different from the masterclass. This is just the dinner before the masterclass. So one of the team members from my end who is in Ghana will basically be with you guys over there. This is a thank you note to those in Ghana. It's not just only Ghanaians, but Ghanaians first. Okay, then after Ghana, you guys already know the next masterclass is in Nigeria, so it will be in that order. Okay, but at the end of the day, we want you guys to understand that. All right, with that all being said, if you learned something from today's masterclass and this masterclass has challenged you to become a resilient trader, before we even wrap up, I want us to bring the instrumental one more up a little bit. And I want us to declare before you leave, don't just go. Don't just go. Let us do things beyond an abstract concept. I want you to believe in yourself and tell yourself that I am a resilient trader. That as I am going into the masterclass today, as I am going off the masterclass today, I am a resilient trader. I am a resilient trader, meaning I understand that the market will not always favor me, meaning I understand that the market conditions will change. My life can change. Therefore, I need to understand that adapting and adjusting is an important part of a trader's life. Therefore, I will train my mind to understand my emotions. I will train my mind to interpret those emotions, and I will train my mind to regulate those emotions. I am a retail trader who is emotionally intelligent. I am a retail trader who is loyal to the decisions that I am making to become the trader I have to become. That I am a consistent trader, both mentally, emotionally, and financially. I am a resilient trader who is ready to face the market this coming week, and I will make decisions that I have been trained to understand to make. I am a resilient trader. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead. If your answers were good, the team will pick up in and then we'll let you know. But at the end of the day, I want this to give away to the team. Don't worry, guys. With that all being said, just make sure that every single thing you're learning here, put it into action. Don't just listen. I am a resilient trader. I am a resilient trader. All right? You are a resilient trader. All the same, keep going. This is beyond an abstract concept. Learn this masterclass, this particular topic over and over again to train your brain to understand that the industry does not care about whether you are a father, a mother, whether you are alone, single, it doesn't care. It's either you respect the structure of the business or you don't psychologically. All right, with that all being said, see you guys all next week.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading is a